In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness.
No! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, to the people in our time zone. This is Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1072. And we're back again. Yeah, much earlier than usual. We're experimenting with new times. Thanks to everyone who's already here waiting for us. Give us a like to let everyone else out there know that we're live right now, much earlier than usual. This is at 2:30 p.m. our time right now. So, and we're awaiting updates on the Chris Chan grand jury trial. I've seen a few things here and there. I don't have confirmed info yet, but we've got some stuff we'll go through in the meantime until I see something, and I'll keep my eye out on both the Quickie and on Twitter, because I guess those are the two places we should look.
And if you guys see any sort of breaks, throw them into the news section on our Discord. Is that where they will go, or where would you suggest?
Yeah, I feel really dirty calling that news. Like, I understand it is, but I'm like, it really is this news? Yeah, just do it in news, and I'll keep an eye on it here. Just put it in news. So the general instruction for all of you is, if you do see any updates on the Chris Chan situation, throw it into the news section of our Discord. And if you're not a member of the Discord, you should click the link below to join it.
Yeah, we have some stuff so far, but it's going to be rolling out by the minute. I believe the court case ended, half an hour ago? For today?
If it went till the end of business hours over in the Eastern time zone, then yes. And I have been looking, and I don't... Let me double check really quick right now just to see if there's anything else. I've been searching Chris Chan grand jury is what I've been searching. And
I pull open Twitter on my screen and try and have a feed open for that too. Sometimes I'll get news in my little message groups. Maybe somebody's talking about it.
All right, let's see. I'm getting the latest.
There's no updates on the farms.
Yeah.
I just want to know if my girl's ready to walk free or not.
Oh no! If they were ready to walk free, it would have happened at the last court hearing. This is, I believe, they are proceeding with charges.
Yeah, they are proceeding, but the smallest charge that Christine can get is 1 year, 1 day, and Christine's already served that, right?
That's the smallest.
So there is a possibility they give her the smallest charge, and then she walks away. That's a possibility.
Wouldn't that have already happened at the last hearing?
No, because they still have to go through the proceedings to see whether or not she did a federal crime, right? Or not a federal crime, but a felony.
A felony,
They have to see whether or not she committed a felony.
Misdemeanor, yeah, the difference is literally like 10 times. Like, the max sentence for the misdemeanor charge is 1 year, which is already served, as you said. And then the felony charge is 10 years if found guilty. A max of
That's
10
max
years.
charge.
Max.
Minimum is 1 year, 1 day. So she could be found guilty of the felony charge, and they could still just give her the lowest sentence, 1 year, 1 day.
I don't see that happening. Christine has priors, and some of them are assault charges. I don't believe, unless, I mean, it'll go.
She also has extenuating circumstances with her weirdo brain, right? So they might just give her 1 year, 1 day, and then also some sort of rehabilitation state
You really want
facility
Chris Chan to
lives.
not stay in prison, I'm noticing.
I mean, I don't want anybody to stay in prison, right? Like,
No,
I don't think,
regardless of what they did?
not for most people. I would rather have them murdered, or not murdered, but euthanized if they were that bad. I think prisons are cruel and unusual. I think it should be society.
Yeah.
You're released on society. You're put in a facility where they can help you and actually give you treatment. And
See, I'm the opposite of that.
Or they kill you.
The term isn't euthanized, it's executed, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and like I don't believe in that because we know we've executed innocent people, and I think one person unfairly executed is one too many. It doesn't like none of the correct executions, in my opinion, make up for the one person. We know it's been more than one, but I'm saying just the one that made it too many to justify doing it. And also, I don't like giving the government the power to kill anyone they deem necessary in this charade of the court of law where they're put to death, and we know that's happened. So I don't like that. I think and by the way, Christine isn't going to get life in prison. They would get 10 years. So
At the worst, but I don't think they're going to give her the worst unless
I don't think
they
the
know
worst.
something that we know.
I don't think the worst, but I don't think the 1 year either. I think it's going to be somewhere towards the middle. It's going to be a couple years on top of what they've already done, in my opinion. That's where I see it going. But we'll see the evidence. Let's see the evidence. Let's see if they can, if it does go to trial, who testifies? Are they going to bring in Barb to testify? Is Barb with
Capable
it enough
to testify?
Yeah, I don't know, because they'll have to dig into Barb's condition, and that's something we would actually get an answer on, because we don't know. I've seen Barb, and I've had family members with dementia, and it does look similar, but I don't know for sure. I don't know what it is for sure. So yeah, there's a bunch of unanswered questions, and I'm hoping, man, I just keep hitting refresh and refresh and refresh. But you know what? In the meantime, since we're on the Chris Chan subject, we do have a couple letters. Do you want to take turns with the paragraphs, or
I could probably read it.
Okay, sure.
Do not upload this letter online anywhere, please.
And I want to point out why after all of these years, and obviously the answer is she's crazy, but
yeah.
After all of it, see, Chris Chan, this does kind of show Chris Chan is incapable of learning from their mistakes, because they know no one is going to keep the stuff they give them private. That's why Chris Chan's in jail right now.
Yeah. But Christine also has this weird thing where she believes her word is final, even though it's never proved that way, ever.
And they're very trusting to anyone who strokes their ego, which not just people as crazy as Chris fall victim to that. A lot of people do.
Yeah. So. Kenneth says, I've just received your letter, or this is not Kenneth. This is to Kenneth.
Yes.
Christine says, I have just received your letter. Listen, Barbie's stubborn out one thing mainly, her is it sluttiness?
Shallowness.
Her shallowness and her financial problems. Hence why we have this Kickstarter page now to buy her out so I can return home with her relocated.
Okay, so Chris Chan has started a Kickstarter to buy their home that Barb allegedly is still living in alone. And then I guess they want to put Barb in a home and Christine gets to live there alone. Maybe they both need to be in a home.
I think like if Christine got released, it would be the best if she went into a supervised home for sex offenders, right? Like,
right.
I think that would be the best case scenario.
So, and the reason why the charge, when you look at the charge that Christine is charged with, it says incest, and then the little caveat is on child or I can't remember the exact terminology, but like someone who you're the guardian of. And obviously Chris is the child of Barb, but if things are the way they seem, technically Chris was like the guardian. If Barb is incapable of fully taking care of herself, which scares me because it's been a year, who's taking care of Barb? Nobody? Barb's still alive. Like, what's going on with that? I don't know. But what's your thought?
I'm sure that like somebody is coming to take care of Barb. They have programs that are like they bring you Meals on Wheels and stuff if you're elderly, and there's probably somebody checking in on her, especially because there's an open investigation around her sexual assault. So there's got to be some sort of caseworker there. It'd be wild if there wasn't.
So Matt Sabotage says, so it sounds like they're charging Barb. No, they're not. But they don't have a law in the books that says child having sex with parent where the child gets charged because it's so rare. But in a case like this, the roles are reversed because Barb is believed to be mentally compromised by her condition, and Christine, being the younger, more able-bodied, more able-minded, which sounds crazy to say, would be the guardian in that situation. And it's an equal thing. It's like a parent taking advantage of their kid who they're the guardian of, but it's the kid taking advantage of the parent who they're the guardian of.
I don't think they have something in the case books for this.
Yeah.
But this is the closest they can rally the charges with.
I'm sure it's happened before, but it's not like in the law. Like, there's no law with that in it.
That'll be interesting if that comes into effect in the case. Like if they can argue that from a legal standpoint that this charge doesn't even make sense because they're not the child.
In fact, you should charge Barb, not my client. Barb is the criminal.
It seems crazy like that, but there's so many times that the cases come down to technicalities. And this seems like a strange open technicality, right?
Yeah, and this is why, I mean, many reasons why I can't be a lawyer. I'm not smart enough, really, like to pass the bar and all that stuff. But another thing is if it was my job to get, like, if I was sure in my heart of hearts that Chris Chan did assault their mom, who's like suffering from dementia, and I found a way to get Chris Chan off from it, I wouldn't be able to sleep really well. It's like the lawyers that have to defend child molesters and get them off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hate getting child molesters off.
You know what I mean? What? How does that happen? Is it just your childlike appearance that does that?
Yeah, I got a exuberant, childish demeanor.
Yeah, actually, Billy goes to the park. He snares predators. He's setting up a predator snaring channel. He goes to the park wearing a bonnet and a diaper and plays in the sandbox and goes, "Uh-oh, me fall down, my boom boom in air. Hope no pedophile come." Yeah, and they just come out of the woodwork.
They do. They all come running in like I'm the silver monkey at the Legend of the Hidden Temple. They're all running for that my butt.
It's kind of like, to explain for those of you who weren't alive for the Legends of the Hidden Temple, because it is kind of an older show, it's like being the little kid in the Mod Pizza parking lot.
Oh my God. I still feel so guilty about that.
Literally nothing could have been happening.
Guy's car. I took a picture of the guy's car in case a child goes up missing this weekend. So I can be like, I saw this guy picking up a kid at Mod Pizza. It looked very weird to me. I was suspicious. So I have that in evidence. If anybody hears of a child in Washington State that's gone missing, that's the best I could do.
Okay.
People think I should have reported it.
I mean, people are so touchy about that you're always going to get people saying that kind of stuff, whether they actually saw it or not. Like, so I don't know. Like, I wouldn't, unless I saw it myself, I would be like, do whatever you think is right. That's my advice to you as being the person who wasn't there and you being the person who saw it. Do whatever you think is the right thing to do. I'm not going to tell you to report something I didn't see. So
like the best case scenario that I could have came to from what I saw was that this guy was an overly like excited uncle or something. Because he didn't have like a father vibe. He didn't have a grandfather vibe.
See, then we're just getting into your opinion then. Like, how do we know a father vibe? Like, I mean, anyone can be a father. Literally anyone can be a father, and they all have different vibes. So I don't know.
I feel like if he was a father, his mom, the kid's mom, would have been dropping him off. It was just weird. The kid had no.
I mean,
car
what if the
around he
kid
was
has
coming
no
out of.
mom? Like we know nothing about it. Like if you're just assuming all these things, you're just underinformed to the whole situation. Like we don't
Or
know.
I'm overinformed and I'm not looking. I should have went up and like talked to them. I should have been like that guy.
What do you mean you're
weird.
overinformed? You don't know anything about these people.
I saw all this stuff going on, and I know how humans interact.
I like how dude, you distort everything. Yeah, I'm not underinformed. I'm actually overinformed. It's like
I if anybody else would have seen all this, they might have been like, it's nothing. But I have an unfortunate eye for detail.
You don't.
And this was.
You do not
totally
possess superpowers of any kind. Let's move on in this. Let's move on.
I do.
You don't.
I definitely do.
Your superpower is being able to use your own bias to justify literally any thought that comes into your head. That's your superpower.
Experience.
Okay, cool.
Like we're all dealing with life based off our own perspective, right?
No.
It's a superpower of being able to
It's
share
not
your
true,
perspective
though.
with somebody and have them see a little bit of what you see.
It's not true that we only deal with our own perspective, but some go with our own perspective more than others. So
yeah, I don't know about that.
So now we explained the Kickstarter. So the next is about why she even married Chris's dad in the first place.
She married Robert for the fact he had the house to live in. Meditate on that. Also, she only married Robert because he had a house to live in. So Chris Chan is the rightful heir to that house, seeing as Barb merely married for it. He was birthed into it. Barb is literally a zombie-like living body with little remaining of Barbara, her soul, within her anymore. That living body is running on fumes at this point. She cannot drive anymore, regardless of van loss, if they lost the van. She has the frigid mental activity and physical ability like a sacred deer in headlights, a scared deer in headlights. Nearly all the time since even before June 2021, which was about the time where they were able to convince her to have sex. Like the sex is going on for about a month, right? From the notes. So this is literally like within a month of her having sex with her mom. She's admitting her mom was zombie like a month before she talked.
Right. So
this is terrible. It's gross all the way through, but this is like an admission of
it is, and that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be assault. It's gonna be like sexual assault if this pans
literally
out.
Sexual assault though. The minimum charge is 1 year, 1 day. So like even if it was sexual assault and they gave her the minimum charge, she would be released, right? So it's like it's the charge for this particular sexual incest felony is from 1 month and 1 day to 10 years. So if Christine is guilty, it's either going to be time served or somewhere in between 10 years. We don't know exactly what it will be. We don't even know if she will be held guilty because of her weird mental capacity and inability to see things in a realm that anybody would deem sane.
You know about
that,
right?
There's a lot going on with this. Me, I know a lot about mental illness. Yeah, I grew up with a family that worked in the field.
So we can't know for sure, but my guess is that it'll be my ballpark guess. If it goes to court, I'd say 2 to 3 years.
It is going to court, right? This is what.
Well, I mean, if it's getting prosecuted, if they're, because right now they're figuring whether or not it should even be prosecuted, right?
Are you sure? No, this is the prosecution.
Oh, okay.
They had the
2 to 3 years. On top of whatever
whether
happened,
or not they would prosecute at the last deal.
So I guess I'm saying 3 to 4 years then, because there was already a year served. I don't think they're going to get a month.
You have no idea. So here's the great little line from Christine. And with gas prices these days, I doubt Harriet, Tom, and or Wayne are even driving up to Ruckersville to do much for her. Those are Chris's half siblings.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Or aunt and uncle. They live in Midlothian and Clusterfield areas. You know how far that is from Ruckersville? The drive alone is as long as the American Rabbit movie.
The what?
Chris is measuring drives based on how long a movie is, because they probably sit on their phone and watch a movie when they drive there and then realize, well, there we go. We're here now. I just finished American Rabbit. It's such a weird way to measure time. I'm going to look up the American Rabbit movie really quick.
Yeah, the length.
See how long that is.
That'd be funny if Chris had driven that trip and then noticed that that occasion it was that exact length of that movie.
Right. It's a 1986 animated film that lasts 1 hour and 22 minutes.
Exactly.
It's not even an hour and a half drive. It's 80 minutes. This is not an unreasonable amount of time for anybody to drive for their invalid mother. Except it's unreasonable to Christine. And it's so unreasonable to Christine that she has to refer to it as the drive as long as the American Rabbit movie. There is an actual American Rabbit movie. It's called The Adventures of the American Rabbit.
Okay, so yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that that's what Christine's talking about.
It came out in 1986, and it was released in the UK simply as The American Rabbit.
So it's an American Rabbit and not a Lord of the Rings Return of the King, because that's a much longer drive.
Yeah, no, like if my mother was an invalid and lived a Return of the King away, she would not ever see the Return of the Sun.
Hold on, though. That could be taken two different ways, by the way, because depending on how you spell sun, right?
She just better not live 3.5 hours away is all.
Okay, because like...
She better not.
That could be
Here
taken.
comes the sun.
All right, here's page 2 of the letter.
And let me tell you about attorneys, social workers, Region 10, and is it Jerloops?
Jerkops. That's Chris Chan lingo. Jerkops.
Okay. And the Jerkops and the judicial system. Luke 11:45-54, with emphasis on hypocrisy
Sonic
as well as
Movie
taking.
2 was a hit. The IDW comic published over 50 issues. The next game is going the Pokemon Legends route, and there's gonna be an animated show. All this while poor Chris Chan's in jail.
I feel like Chris Chan would find some reason not to like it because they changed the most minute detail. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's very telling because Christine found a way not to like their mother after admitting to having sex with them when they changed the slight detail of Christine not be able to go home to her. Now she wants her mom dead.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Yep.
As hypocrisy as well as taking teachings and wisdoms and in one ear and out the other for the bulk of them. I've let Heelberg do his work. He hardly keeps me updated or communicates with me.
Oh,
He's
that's his
frustrated.
lawyer.
Yeah. Heilberg. He hardly keeps me updated or communicates with me. I wonder how much Christine expects I assume a public hired caseworker to actually communicate. He's frustrated at Region 10 doing absolutely nothing. Social workers in Greene County and anywhere do absolutely nothing.
The
And
new
Western State
cartoon
Hospital
does not have blue arms, BTW. It's set in the same universe as the mainline games.
Oh yeah, Christine's gonna be dick hard for that one.
Yep. Tan arms all the way.
Greene County and anywhere do absolutely nothing. And Western State Hospital is worse. We're supposed to place me in a group home, but to simply free up a room, they sent me back to jail and not only do absolutely nothing, but abusive as fuck with their bondage sadomasochism chairs, and arrogantly shit-winded with their patients. Don't even realize a simple Dinos exorcism would have health. What's that say?
Do absolutely nothing because it's fucking biased.
Help.
Sadomasochism chairs with, and arrogantly shit-minded with their patients.
Don't even realize a simple demon exorcism would have helped. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's helped.
Yeah, it is helped.
Assume that's fucking helped.
Or healed. Healed.
Healed.
Yeah, I see it as healed.
There, and helped Z to not pick at Z word. Condescending, toxic staff, and if you have to go into all of those details, the home health agencies over highlight and advertise about themselves, then you may as well rebuke them in the same light as Adolf, the others mentioned in this paragraph. All of the others mentioned in this paragraph.
Including Adolf.
I just randomly read an Adolf there. It's a random Adolf, no big deal. Then in the same light as all of the others mentioned in this paragraph. Just a little Adolf, random accidental Adolf, no big deal.
I feel like I'm missing something, but these are the only 2 pages I saw. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to double check something.
I was told Christine wished death upon Barb. Did I glaze over that? Or was it?
That did happen.
Or was that the previous letter? I thought it was in the new letter.
That was previous.
Everybody's saying she's a them. Is Chris? I don't know which one Chris Chan is.
Which one? Fuck. Where was that? I'm not.
Honestly, like this is really transphobic of me to say, but if you go from him, her, to they, them, to she, her, him, he, him, to they, them, to she, her, I'm okay with that.
Adolf the Hedgehog.
Oh, there's definitely an Adolf the Hedgehog fan art out there.
There's got to be.
Yes.
But if you go from like he, him, to they, them, back to he, him, and then you keep going back, I'm gonna lose track at some point. I'm gonna lose track. I'm gonna try.
Oh, here it is.
I'm gonna try.
There is more of this
damn it.
letter. I'm just getting it really quick here. I thought
Can't switch that often. I'm not gonna be able to catch up.
That's what Demi Lovato did. Demi Lovato switched back.
I'm still here calling my record collection my cassette tapes.
My CDs.
My CDs.
Good evening from
my
Germany.
CDs.
Mostly listening from Spotify. Thanks for being the goodest boy. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Hey, cheers, Alucard. I enjoy Germany and their culture, especially their beer and food.
Yeah, the beer.
Danke, Shane.
Here's all right. Here's the 3rd page.
And don't you judge Caden in that vein. He's not flawless, but he is more perfect of himself and at what and how he does as a legit friend. And in working on any behalf, he actually works well with his flaws and limits. And he's made breakthrough with Barb, and he is not intimidating. Oh, which one's Caden?
I am not sure who Caden is. Someone in the chat can edge. I love it when we do a video on this, and there's always people in the comments telling us that we're losers because we don't know every single thing about Chris Chan. I'm like, is that how it works, or does it work the other way around?
Ben, you're moving the goalpost. We're losers.
Oh. Okay.
And Kenneth, I am Jesus, and I know from not only personal experiences, but I am one with everything in the prime timeline here. And I've foreseen and foreknown those possibilities, likelihoods, details, and reported history and fulfilled prophecies of Babylon and Revelations. Guess what? Russia is the modern day Babylon. And is that down are the toxic and evil ones and that cesspool of demons and devils of a lost country going to fall and burn? That's the wrath of God right there in that paragraph.
Russia is the modern day Babylon. Okay, sure it is.
That's the modern day Babylon. And we gods not only believe and have faith in each other, prayers and miracle power, but we work with them. But I digress. More than enough to wake you up, Kenneth Engelhart. you can relay the retirement community idea to Caden, but I tell you, truth, Barb is not independent as one of the background individuals in Abraham Simpson's retirement home. Please work with Caden to raise that $150,000 and other good projects.
So Grandpa Simpson just got mentioned?
Abraham Simpson's retirement home. That's the only retirement home I think Christine's ever bothered to pay attention to.
Because it's animated.
Yeah.
I can't think of another animated retirement. Someone should do an animated series that takes place in a retirement home and all the characters are like the old people who live there and the like staff there. That would be great. There'd be like a whole episode on how herpes just spreads like wildfire in old folks' homes.
Do you think that Christine is going to be like the focus? Not Christine, but a character like Christine is going to be the focus of like an NCIS or Law and Order SVU episode?
That would be hilarious. Soon? Yeah.
They always kind of lift. Do you remember, I don't know, it wasn't a direct lift of Chris Benoit, but like the season finale of, or the series finale of The Shield, one of the guys like Benoit, his kid and himself.
But he wasn't a wrestler. He was just like
he wasn't a wrestler, but it was like the crime was like very similar. And it came after the Benoit thing, and you're like, oh, it sucks. But they do kind of pull into real life crimes for stories fairly often.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get that before we get an actual full-on Chris Chan movie.
I don't think there will be a Chris Chan movie. Well, I don't think there will be, but I've been surprised with that kind of stuff. So
it recently got really popular with the court case being moved to a felony and going to the grand jury. It blew up on Twitter, and there was a ton of normies that got into the Geno Samuels documentaries. There's like all these TikTok girls that are watching the Geno Samuels like they would watch the true crime episodes, because women love their true crime.
Chris Chan is a banned topic on Wikipedia. Anytime someone tries to make a Chris Chan Wikipedia page, it gets nuked immediately.
Yeah, Wikipedia is very controlling over what they consider worthy of a page, right?
And I think it should be on a platform that people look at for reference, and literally anyone can edit most of the articles. They should have some kind of standards. And
I think if Chris Chan did get a pass, then it would open up Wikipedia for being like an Encyclopedia Dramatica type website.
Yeah, they don't normally want drama like let's say someone more famous than Chris Chan, like someone legit famous, got arrested for something like this, they would include that. But because Chris Chan is like just this mentally ill person that gets trolled on the internet, I don't think they want to go there. So
no, they kind of only want to make pages for people who have established themselves in traditional media. They're breaking themselves away from the internet lexicon. Unless like someone's a breakthrough artist, right? They really try and make sure people are like in that printed public eye television. Maybe if you're a YouTuber, you're a very successful YouTuber type thing. They do have their limits.
Was that the end of this page?
Yeah, please work with Caden to raise that $150K and other good projects. And then it says there's another page.
Yep, this is the last
and
one.
Never, ever, ever, ever do anything talking of is it Sockness?
Sockness, yeah.
Sockness was worse evil than Putin, and now he is dead. The last thing anyone wants is to resurrect an evil individual like Sockness. So do not make any website or webpage about him, period, please. I've stated my piece for now. Thank you for thy help in the better and good projects, Kenneth. Be safe and well.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Schuler, the goddess blue heart of the Golden Commission of Autism and Awareness and Kisses and Hugs and sedative drugs.
This
Lord
is
Messiah, Savior, and God of all.
Yeah, that's their signature.
Yeah, that's not too much.
I think you said Schuler.
Yeah, I just started.
Yeah, it was it's Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, the goddess blue heart of the Commodore consoles and the I can't read that word in the middle, and the something of Quickville and old
the nations of Quickville?
Yes, it is. The nations of Quickville and the old, what is this, comma, guardians of the Sonichu and Rosechu species of Pokemon, the one avatar Lord, Messiah, Savior, and God of all. So, yeah, that's... I like how you threw Schuler in there, though.
Yeah, no, the middle was all bullshit. Once I hit Schuler, I just started bullshitting through and then ended with that last line because that last line is cute.
I just want to believe...
Messiah, Savior, and God of all.
I just want to believe that there will be a crossover someday, and it will end up becoming Mrs. Jesus, Christine Weston, Chandler, Schuler, Tequila, Keshner.
Yes, Climate Pledge.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish my Chris Chan musical script and shop it out. Probably I'll send it first to the South Park guys because they're big musical fans.
It should be a hip hop musical.
Yeah. I have to practice a Christine voice for speaking. And then I have to make a voice that I can ease into the raps without doing Christine voice. I think maybe like an accent of it, but I don't think I could probably do rapping as Christine, but I wouldn't want to listen to it.
You know,
I have to find a way to transform it out.
So you should wear your donut chain, but just tape the Sonichu medallion on it.
Yeah. I was looking for Chris Chan t-shirts in my size. I think I found one.
I don't think they make the original anymore, though, because Chris freaked out about it because Barb threw it away and was trying to, like, petition whatever store, like Sears or whatever, that they bought it from to get a new one. But
it won't be the exact same, but I don't need to be the exact same. I'm gonna make a small reel of me doing my best Lin-Manuel Miranda style Chris Chan song in the shirt. And then I'm gonna send it to all the music execs and get that sweet Chris Chan money. And if they don't pick it up, I'm taking it to the internet and we're gonna Kickstarter this film. This will be the follow up to my major motion picture release, Mr. Bleachers. Who should play sing Chris Chan role? It's me, High Desert. It's me with my hair down. Are you serious? You all troll me and say how much I look like Christine.
Or Shani.
And now I say I'm going to do a musical and you're like, who should play? It's me. Fight me. Ban High Desert 004.
Did they post a spoiler?
No. They just said you need someone famous to play Chris Chan's role. No, fuck you. We'll get someone famous to play Barb, okay? It's gonna be me, and then it's gonna be me laying into Helen Mirren, all right?
it'll be
Helen Mirren as Barb.
It'll be like a hardcore pornography at that point.
You know it. Caligula 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Sonichu, you mean?
Yeah, Caligula 2, Electric Sonichu. There you go.
Yeah. Quickula, the Electric Sonichu.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I'm fighting everybody who's trying to recast Christine. I'm playing Christine. I'll fight you all.
So still nothing on Twitter, still nothing on the quickie that I can see, but word's going to get out. I find it, I mean, was the courtroom closed to the public? Did they let nobody publicly in there? I mean, it's public record. It has to get out eventually here.
Yeah. I thought we'd be hearing a lot about it.
All I see on Twitter are people asking about what happened. I don't see any replies. I'm still... Let me look again. We'll move on to something else and we'll keep checking. I see people are tweeting at someone named Smokey McCrack. Oh, I know who that is. I've seen their videos. They're like Smokey McCrack. And their icon looks like some like Hawaiian or Samoan guy playing a ukulele with like their headdresses on that they wear. Yeah, Smokey McCrack.
So it's saying that there's a hearing information tomorrow for 1:30 p.m. and it's typed for motion other pretrial.
So there's
today was the grand jury type.
Yeah. So what was decided at the grand jury?
They don't have anything in this official document screen cap that I found.
And then there's more tomorrow, is what we're hearing, is what you're seeing.
Well, yeah, they're saying tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. their time, it will be the motion for pretrial, I believe. It says type motion dash other pretrial 8/9/2022 at 01:30 p.m. in the Green Circuit Court, case number CR 22-000141-00 for Christine Chandler.
We'll check back in with it in a moment here and see, because we still got plenty of show to go on. Everyone like the stream, and this is a reminder. This is our second show of this week, our third show in a row that we've done. We are 35% of the way to the goal, but it would be great if we can go into tomorrow's show at 50% at least. And we've got Vosh on the show. Vosh and Jeff Holiday will be on the show with us tomorrow. Two amazing guests.
There's some breaking news. Anne Heche is in extremely critical condition.
Who is
remains in a coma following fiery car crash. I believe she used to date Ellen. Was that true?
I'm not sure. I saw Olivia Newton-John died, and I was like, oh.
And she passed away at 73.
She was like gorgeous back. I mean, like she still was. But
Ezra Miller from The Flash has been charged with felony burglary in Vermont, the Vermont Superior Court. They have a September 26th arraignment, so that might be our last big trial for this wonderful trial year of 2022.
Yeah, it's like court. The viewer base for court has expanded tremendously, and it's now. It's kind of like how boxing became a thing that a lot of people got into that didn't care about boxing before. Now it's court. Like it's these weird like celebrities and like pseudo celebrities going to court and this kind of crazy stuff going down. I wish we could watch the Chris Chan stuff. Unfortunately, the court has no interest in doing that because they're not going to like make any. They're a public court, so they're not making money off of it or anything. But damn.
Some other breaking news: The Rock and Kevin Hart were recently on a promotional tour for their new movie Super Pets, where they play the pets of superheroes. And when The Rock was asked whose celebrity pet would he want to be, he answered he'd love to be Megan Thee Stallion's dog.
Oh, so it's like a He wants to get dominated, basically.
I don't know, because they asked him to say why. They're like, great answer. Oh, will you further go into that? And he's like, no. No.
I like that. I like it how he put it out there and we all know what he means, but like he's not going to elaborate on it. I like that.
Maybe he just wants to sniff her butt.
Could you imagine having a dog like, I've seen some muscular dogs like, like pit bulls and those kind of dogs. If you had a dog like ripped like The Rock, that would be insane.
I've seen a few like that. They actually, I feel bad for them. I'm like, is this comfortable?
I feel bad for the dog breeds that have been bred to be like deformed, but it looks cute, like like current English bulldogs. They can hardly breathe because their faces are so flappy. And if you look at what a bulldog looked like 100 years ago, it looked more like a pit bull. It didn't look like the bulldogs we have now, where their legs are all nubby and like their faces are all flappy. They used to be able to take down a bull. That was a sport before they banned it in the UK. Basically, people would bet on like if the dog could take down a bull. You train a dog to kill a bull, and sometimes the dog would get killed by the bull.
Now they're little blubber grubs,
right?
And they literally can't even. Their buttholes can't exist without being expressed by a professional.
Oh.
They have to have
I hate that.
Their tuchuses milked.
And another, like pugs, they have breathing problems their whole lives because they were bred to like have their face smashed. Like they had a broken nose that no one ever fixed. It's like that.
They just run around struggling to breathe. They can't move their body in any real form of articulation.
It sucks. You know what a big pet peeve of mine is, because I've looked it up. I can't find any good reason why they do this. I think it's literally just an aesthetic thing, and it's gross to me. Cropping tails. Just to because a breed is supposed to have it's like cutting off a limb. It is a limb, like a literal limb. It is bone and muscle and flesh. It's a whole limb. There's no reason to cut it off. A long time ago, that was like, if you have this breed, you crop their tail, and they crop their ears too. That is gross to me.
I hate that.
And then breeding them to have defects like that, I don't like that either. Chihuahuas are a good purebred breed because there's none of that, and on average, they actually have one of the longer lifespans of dogs. They don't have that like really bad genetic issue like pugs and bulldogs, and they don't require hardly any exercise. So if you live in if you don't have a yard and you just like live in an apartment, it's like the perfect dog for like an apartment and shit like that.
You know what's crazy? If we have the fall of society, if man falls, if man no longer exists, there's going to be all these little puppy grubbers that can't fend for themselves. They're just going to be like running around until somebody snatches them up and eats them.
Oh no.
These animals have been bred to be completely dependent upon their masters.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you would never see like a pack of wild chihuahuas running around like in the woods somewhere, But that's fine. Like I just, I think it's fine that they're totally dependent because they're easy to take care of compared to like other pets. One thing I would say, if you're over 50 years old, do not buy a parrot, because there's a good chance a parrot will outlive you, and then it's like, where's this bird gonna go? Because they're expensive to take care of. They eat a lot and they have to be kept warm year round because they're tropical birds. It's do not get a parrot. like parrots live 40, 50, 60, 70 years. There's no reason to get one if you're over like a young one if you're over 50.
Is there a good recipe for parrot?
Shoot the person trying to eat the parrot.
Yeah, I don't know if that would go well. Cuz like you said, it's expensive to keep them and feed them.
There's no like, people don't eat. I don't believe they even eat parrots in the Caribbean, so I could be wrong on that. But I don't believe. No, I don't think it's a good idea to have someone eat your pet if you're not around to take care of them. Yeah, I would say even euthanasia in that case would probably be better. Just like simple euthanasia. I don't know, like, but if they're totally like able-bodied, then there's usually adoption programs for pets like that.
Will the zoos usually take them on, or is that like not a thing they would want to do?
I guess it depends on the zoo. I don't even know how common it is. I would say people that have birds like that, it's probably more common than other types of pets to have your pets outlive you. But how many people have tropical birds as opposed to dogs? I don't know.
Yeah. I tried to give an ex-girlfriend of mine to the zoo after we broke up, but it turned out she belonged to the streets.
You smell of the streets. Bird rescues. Wow. I found out about this nonprofit organization in the Seattle area where if you have a cat like stuck up in a tree, because normally the actual fire department doesn't do that these days. Like,
yeah,
they will come within like 24 hours and do a crazy fucking dangerous tree climb to get a cat out of a tree.
And they charge you for it? Or
no,
it's all free service.
It's all free. It's like a public service. They have you wait 24 hours because a lot of times they come down on their own, like safely.
Would it be fucked up if I called them and when they got here it was just Joe dressed up as Catboy Cammy in the tree?
Yes. Because they could have helped an actual cat stuck in a tree. Instead, you wasted their time.
It's content, though.
Content isn't the end-all, be-all of everything. Some things are more important.
You mean like cats?
Yeah.
Okay.
And people who donate their time to help people. Yes.
These are all valid points.
We're going to check something out here.
Yeah, but what if Joe was really stuck? That's a good question.
Well, that would actually be something the actual fire department would come out for, like a human stuck up in a tree, and they would come quicker than in 24 hours because the odds of a human finding themselves out of that alive would be slim. But a lot of cats can fall really high and not even like injured, like not even be like severely injured. So here's Minnie Manson, who's someone we had on Actual Mania as like the newcomer. Remember that? We had like some kind of like newbie battle royal.
Yeah, I think Cyrax won that one.
Yeah.
It was Minnie Manson, Cyrax, and like one other weird character. I cannot remember.
Yeah. Something I didn't know about Minnie Manson from watching his videos is that Minnie Manson is transgender, female to male transgender. I didn't know about that. And Minnie Manson is, aside from that, I'm not saying this is why, I'm saying aside from that, Minnie Manson is fucking crazy. Because Minnie Manson is very aggressive and angry and lashes out and threatens to kill people, and it's crazy. So we'll play a little bit of Minnie Manson's appearance on Kermit and Friends because I found it very interesting.
Do you think some women transition into men just to take advantage of the toxic masculinity?
I really can't speak for any of them, what their reasons are. I'm sure different people have different reasons for it. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
So I have a couple guests booked today. Let's talk to this guy named Minnie Mason.
And by the way, they keep doing it. They keep calling him Minnie Mason instead of Manson, and it drives him insane.
Oh.
And I think at first it's genuine, but I feel like later on when it keeps going, they start doing it on purpose.
This is a new person to Kermit and Friends. His name is Mini Mason. He's a Marilyn Manson fanatic who became well known after appearing on Wendy Pack streams. Everybody, welcome to the show, Mini Mason.
Hello. It's
Hi,
Manson. Not Mason. Mini Manson.
Coming in hot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, hi, Mini Manson. I'm sorry about that. I misread it.
Okay.
So you became popular after hanging out with my friend Wendy Pack from the Howard Stern Show.
So I apparently Minnie Manson's been on Wendy the Slow Adult's YouTube channel, which I had. I had been invited by Wendy before. Honestly, I'm intimidated. Like anyone who's actual like, especially a whack packer from Howard Stern, I'm like such a huge fanboy that I kind of self-sabotage where it's like, oh yeah, you can get High Pitch Eric on. I'm like, oh God, what if High Pitch Eric, what if I'm the next person High Pitch Eric wants to murder? Because he threatens to murder people.
Don't worry, Ben. I'll make sure and be the one that pisses him off.
Okay, so he'll come for you instead.
Yeah.
He's never actually tried to kill anyone that I'm aware of, though. He just threatens it. He got kicked off of Howard Stern for a little while because he kept calling people and threatening to kill them. And then like the next day, the like voicemail message where he's like, I'm gonna kill you would get leaked, and Howard's like, you can't do this, so you're banned from the show. He like suspend them from the show for like a week, but he keeps doing it because he said he wanted to kill Gonzo too a couple months ago. I want to kill you, Gonzo. Actually, High Pitch was on right before Minnie Manson came on here.
Are you a big Stern fan?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're a big Stern fan. Terrific.
Of course I am.
But were you like banned from that community somehow?
No.
No?
Some people got angry at me though. They started calling me names, which they better not do here, because I'm a performer. This man named, well, I'm not gonna even give that guy credit, but this man on her show was a good friend with her.
I believe he's talking about Gonzo.
Oh no.
Gonzo got popular in Howard Stern because he used to torment Eric the actor, Eric the midget, who is either the first or second greatest whack packer ever, in my opinion. It's either him or Beetlejuice. And then Hank is up there too. Those three are like the top three.
Beetlejuice is the be all end all.
Beetlejuice, there's a solid argument that Beetlejuice is the best one. Beetlejuice is way more likable than the other two that I mentioned. Hank was cool too.
Beetlejuice has a look that is just amazing.
That's how he got his name, because his head's so small and he's got these wide shoulders. He's still short, but he's not like dwarf short, but he's a short guy. But his head is so small in proportion to his body. That's how he got it. Because at the end of the movie Beetlejuice, where when his head gets shrunk. Hank and Beetlejuice are very likable and charismatic, but I like Eric the actor because he's dead now, unfortunately, but he was like an antagonist, but a lovable antagonist, you know? And he was very he had this huge ego, even though he had no reason to have one. And he didn't like getting made fun of, but also failed to realize that that's why he was on there. Like the reason he was on there. And he'd get these acting jobs and think he got it on his own and completely ignore that he got acting jobs because he was on Howard Stern. Like, it's weird. You'd have to go through the lore, but it was pretty great.
Started going in on me. You watch the video, the first show I was on, and you'll see what I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So you couldn't take it and you left?
Oh my God, Billy.
Yes.
So I'm sorry to hear that. So that's happened to a lot of people here too. But you can't.
We're not going to talk about that. I came here to perform and to introduce myself, not to rehash something that happened in another show. I'm just an entertainer, and I don't want to be involved with infighting between people in other shows. That's not my job. My sole job is to entertain people, which I'm hoping I'll get to do today.
There we go, Minnie Manson performance.
Yeah, there is a performance. It is something else.
Who do you think? Who do you think is? Because Wappy performs a lot on Elisa's show too. Who do you think's more of a I haven't watched this yet. You have?
Yeah.
You've screened this?
Yeah.
Is Wappy more of an angry fellow than Minnie Manson is?
Wow. I've never seen Minnie Manson pull a gun on anybody.
Yeah, it would be interesting to watch this comparing. I think the problem with Elise's show is a lot of her musical guests are angry.
Yes.
You don't want to go through.
They're sexually frustrated.
Why people know you? Because people know you for Wendy's show.
They know me from Music Biz Marty. They know me from Pod Awful. They know me from my own channel. I have about 685 subscriptions now. I know that's not a lot, but you got to start somewhere. I've only been doing this for about 6-7 months now.
Interesting.
Yeah, and according to there was like a wiki page. It's not Wikipedia, but it's some wiki page. Minnie Manson was born in 1969, so Minnie Manson is not a young person.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and they just started.
Because it was maybe 5 or 6 months ago that Hawkeye DJ Fix Soul told us about Minnie Manson when we were asking for some new blood to throw into Actual Mania.
Yeah.
So these months are probably off, but I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm reluctant to go on shows. I get trolled by people. They take me on the show and then they start calling me the P word and everything else. That's not acceptable.
But Minnie, if you go on other shows, you're going to have to figure out a way to handle that stuff, because the more people that you're in front of, the more people will know you, and they will say things.
Guess what? I went back on the show that night, and then somebody named Poon took that man down that was picking on me. So there's justice in the world, and my fans also went after them. So now he's getting trolled all the time in his own videos. So I have fans who stick up for me. I have people who watch out for me. And I went back on the show again the next day, despite what happened. So I did go back. I'm getting used to this. I mean, I am not a seasoned professional like you. I haven't been online for years. I just started doing this, like I said, about less than a year ago.
So for those of you who haven't watched in a while, because I see a lot of people mentioning that because we're earlier than usual, thanks for coming back. Like the stream. We're gonna keep going because this is our usual episode, but we're just earlier than usual. So yeah, stick around, and we've got more to talk about, and we're looking for updates on Chris Chan. I do see a tweet that came out 12 minutes ago by an unconfirmed source that says, they said, read the quickie yesterday because Chris Chan's grand jury trial is today, and apparently there was a chick who wanted to fuck Chris after she saw the full documentary. I don't know what that means, but I don't know.
That's funny.
I'm learning the hard way.
Well, I'm sorry it's been so hard for you. It really should be fun, though. Like, yeah, it should be fun. So,
and none of that school shooter talk. Every time I go on a video, somebody's like, school shooter. Don't say things like that. You're going to get her video striked. Is that what you want? I'm looking at the chat there. So people should be careful what they're saying in there.
Huh. I'm just getting a caller. This is a very famous.
You know, Honest Red is saying Minnie Manson is boring, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a known transphobe. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Caller. Yes, Kermit and Friends. How can I help you?
Hey, Lisa, it's Gonzo. I think I know why this Mason guy has so many problems. He's very prickly. He's not very nice. He's kind of a jerk.
Is he a jerk?
Huh? It's Gonzo on the phone. I hate how she does the calls like this because you can hardly hear them.
Mean.
Is he mean? I can't even tell anymore if somebody's mean or not, Gonzo. That's how like jaded I am. Is this guy mean?
Here's an idea. Let's give me a chance, and you can decide if I'm a jerk, if I'm good on your show. I was on a show last night, and the guy was respectful and nice to me. I was on a show for 2 hours. I performed.
Sounds like a boring show.
It was wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
everybody said, don't go on this. And they're like, don't go on this guy's show. He's going to embarrass you. He's going to put you down. No, he was nothing but a pure gentleman.
What was that show?
Noodles 180, 1980. Noodles 1980.
Oh, the Noodles 1980?
Endorsed by Minnie Manson.
Yeah.
Was it a cooking show?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with these people, but they see me and they like me. You got to give people a chance.
Okay, so let's everybody give Minnie Manson a chance. Let's do a performance and see what he's got. Okay, you ready for your performance, Minnie?
Yeah, I'm going to play a song on the guitar.
Great.
Would you like that?
Yeah, I'd like
I could
that,
get my
Minnie
glove
Manson.
off here. Hold on.
I want to point out that Minnie Manson has been playing guitar for less than a year, and I think they're still better than Copes.
Well, we'll have to see, but
it's a
I
different
think people.
Yeah.
People who actually try and learn the guitar can learn it fairly quickly. I think Cobes just picked it up and was happy with the sounds coming out of it.
Well, he's too ambitious for his skill level.
By the way, this is me. You see that? Minnie Manson on YouTube.
Cool. Mom's
Sorry about
house.
that light in the background. There's nothing I can do about that.
Oh, he's pulling a Jared Genesis with the light in the background. Why is he in a child's room?
Oh my goodness. This is performance.
I didn't say it was good. I just said it was better than King Cobra.
I don't want the ceiling to be on there.
Okay.
You're not here to see the ceiling. You're here to see me.
Oh my God.
You're here to see me, yeah?
There's a huge internet connection problem here.
I don't know if I can open up. I don't know if I can open up. I'm not a birthday present. I'm aggressively aggressive. The past is over.
WTF, Pixie?
Now the past is so pathetic.
Now, when you're a good host of a show and this is going on, what you normally do is call an audible. And that happens in a moment here. Holy shit, I need
Jack B needs this on CD.
Yeah.
I'm feeling strong and alone like carrots. Get ready to be my maker.
I wonder if Elisa was getting DDoSed again or what is going on here.
Maybe.
I'm ready to be my maker. Nazareth got no dirt on me.
Oh, here's the audible I was talking about.
It's got no dirt
She does this a
on
lot.
me.
Yeah. Does she normally do it during musical performances, though?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Nazareth got no dirt on me. And I'll ride to every occasion.
Look at him.
Memphis, Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
Is it still going? Oh my God.
Don't know if I can help it.
Lisa. I will say, like, I saw real chords and I hear real chords being played. That's why I say it's better than Cobe's guitar playing. Cobe's, I'd never see any like discernible chords or anything. And the shredding by Cobe's is way too ambitious for his skill level. That's the thing.
Are we fitted or bitter?
What is Andy doing? Is he yawning or is he trying not to laugh? Or is he eating peanuts?
probably taking a Quaalude.
Away. I'm feeling down and alone, like Sarah. I'm ready to meet my maker. I feel down and alone, like Sarah. I'm ready to meet my maker. Lazarus got no good on me. Lazarus got no good on me. And I rise to every occasion.
This is the longest song ever. Is this Inagata Davida? Like, what is this?
Yes.
Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
You don't seem to be liking it, Elisa.
I'm speechless.
I'm speechless.
I saw this video where Elisa was getting her palm read, and Andy Dick was like in the background. Like, did I show that to you?
No, I don't believe.
Oh my god! And Andy Dick's like all wasted, like making a mockery of it, and she's getting her palm read, and like the woman who's doing the palm reading is getting all mad, and she like scolds Andy a couple times, like, "You need to be respectful." And it's like, "Oh, sorry." It's so great.
So this song is called Los Angelesa Jordana.
Is it?
And it's about Elisa Jordana moving to Los Angeles. I think. I'm not sure. The audio keeps coming out.
Jimmy, there's a performance happening, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yeah, Alicia.
Jimmy, you're calling in the middle of a performance.
Yeah, like she had to answer it.
Right. Can you just can you put me on, can you just stay there then? I won't talk and just bring me up in a moment, will you?
Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna Memphis, of Los Angeles.
Okay, so this is it, right? This is the end?
This is the end, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm talking through my performance there. I'm done.
Wait, Jimmy, wait, Jimmy, hold the line. Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. Okay, so Minnie, Minnie?
Yes?
No, Jimmy, hold on. I'm talking to Minnie Manson right now. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so Andy's seen a lot of musical performances. What did you think of that, Andy?
I got into it immediately. I jumped on, and within 5 seconds, I liked it. But that doesn't mean much. I like.
He's got a Jack Skellington shirt on.
Nice. Cope's gonna try and drink out of him. That's most definitely what's up.
He's gonna turn him upside down and drink out of him.
Catchy poppy songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. See, so you have a fan in Andy Dick. That's a great fan to have. He knows a lot of musicians. He's been around a lot of musicians. He likes you. So that must feel pretty good, right, Minnie?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, what the heck?
Andy's like looking at Minnie Man's like, what the heck? What am I looking at?
Andy put his glasses on and was like, I thought I was dancing to Eddie Munster.
Oh, God.
I just wanted you to see my theater lights. You want to see something really cool?
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I love the infinite slur that Andy Dick has now. Like, I think even when Andy Dick is sober, like, you know, early in the morning when he slept it off, I think he still has the slur. Okay.
I'm a little bit
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. It's just a night sky.
Oh, that's pretty.
Andy Dick wants to fuck Minnie Manson. I can see it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll try it. Here now.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is cool, Minnie Manson. Okay, Minnie Manson, just hold on one second. I'm just going to call her. Let me just get this call, okay? This is Jimmy Rizzo. Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah, good evening, Lisa. I would just like to say I watch your show every week.
Mhm.
And I like to tell people the truth here. Now, that's a good hold us back. But that Minnie Manson is the worst person I've ever seen on your show in my life.
I love how she sets it up for people to get mad at each other.
Yeah.
She's the puppet master.
Minnie Manson's the worst?
That's bullshit. You know that.
I don't get very good vibes from that person.
You got a bad vibe?
Yes. You were nothing but nice to that guy all the time. And he kept saying nasty things to you. I really don't like him. I don't like his face. I don't like the bad.
It's a Scottish. I love the Scottish accent, honestly.
Vibes he puts across the people. And
Well, I don't like you and your old voice, so why don't you just go away?
Old voice?
Other people do like me.
His personality and realize what he is.
Did he really? Did Minnie Manson talk shit about you, baby?
Oh, he's like, yeah, Andy's he's posturing. Hey, Minnie Manson talk shit about you, baby.
And he's like, I'll definitely fight this guy.
Yeah, that's one person you probably win against.
Maybe.
I don't
know.
think
Minnie Manson
so.
might have knives in their pocket.
Who is this person? I don't know who this person is. Who is that talking?
He's a big fan. He's a big fan of the show.
Yeah, he's a big fan. His name is Jimmy, and he's a nice guy, and he's very...
No, he's not. No, he's
No, he's not.
No, he's
I
not.
don't like the way he talks. What does he do for a living?
Why does that
He's
matter?
in radio. He's a podcaster, right? Jimmy, aren't you a podcaster?
Oh, another podcaster. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me being on this podcast right now.
Right.
It doesn't surprise me that I'd run into other podcasters.
Exactly.
People warned me about coming on the show. They told me I was going to be attacked.
Okay, Jimmy. I mean, everybody's opinion is welcome, right? So we don't only take one opinion. That's an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. So that's Jimmy's opinion.
Whoa. Whoa, Minnie Manson. Is this a dog whistle right here?
I think that's Minnie Manson's way of saying opinions are like assholes. And then she puts the asshole up to her third eye, or his third eye. Shit.
Opinions are like Kekistan.
Oops.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I like your music. I liked it. So.
Well, thank you, sir.
I really did.
And Minnie Manson, go fuck yourself, you cunt.
All right, so
This is
that
for
was
you.
that.
Not for anybody else, just for that man that just said that.
That's a very directed middle finger.
Everybody's entitled.
Yeah, and that's just what he does. He's like,
He's a scumbag. You know what? He's probably the P word.
Oh, here's Super Tramp. This
Is
is
she
a very
saying he's
nice guy.
probably the P word? Or did he just say that he's probably the P word? The guy that Jimmy or whatever?
I guess.
After Minnie Manson was complaining about people calling him the P word?
There's a lot of crosstalk, so I didn't hear all of that clearly.
Yeah.
Let's see what he has to say. Yes, Super Tramp.
Hi, Elisa.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call in and say I love Minnie Manson. I had the opportunity to talk to him on Tall Dark's show the other day.
Oh, you did? Oh, he was on there as well. Great.
And he
That's
was
right.
very articulate and spoke about himself
Man.
very well. And he's a great guy when you get to know him.
I'm on a radio.
Okay, so when I get to know...
Andy Dick said I'm on a radio show, right? Someone came to Andy Dick's door. He's like, I'm on a radio show. Some woman, too.
Man.
Heyo.
I heard Andy Dick say he's into the ladies now.
Nice.
Great guy when you get to know him.
Gucci's ignited
Okay,
something
so
in
when
him.
I get to know him... Andy, fix your internet. Thank you, Super Tramp. Love you, Super Tramp. Thank you so much.
What's wrong, baby?
All right.
Fix my hair.
Can you just fix your internet? No, your hair looks great. Just your internet is a little weird right now. So have that lady help you.
Have that lady help you.
So, people.
It's nice to see Andy in a room with walls that's not on wheels, right?
That is something.
Been a while.
Are going to have mixed opinions. Super Tramp loves you. Jimmy Rizzo doesn't. That's just performing. That's art.
Jimmy Rizzo,
some people like. Yeah, some people like it. Some people
Jimmy
don't.
Rizzo,
That's just the way it's
He's
going to
get trolled. Thank you. That's really nice of you.
Well, I'm just saying. That's just the way it works. Andy, fix your phone. Everybody, fix your phone. Just
That's the way the
sit tight.
cookie crumbles.
Okay, so if you're going to do any kind of performer,
The Minnie Manson
crying?
No, I don't think so. The Minnie Manson video we watched in Actual Mania was just a video of Minnie Manson licking a photo of Marilyn Manson on his wall.
Yeah.
Like, he had a photo. It was really close up, and there was a photo of Marilyn Manson on his wall, and Minnie Manson was just licking it, like, from bottom to top. Like, very slowly and from bottom to top, over and over and over again.
Any kind of artwork, any kind of anything, people are going to have an opinion, right? On everything. So you just got to be ready for that. And you got to keep moving forward. Like my friend Elaine, the producer here, a lot of people had opinions on her.
What are you doing, Minnie Monster? Put that tongue away. There's P words watching.
Yeah, so like they got rid of Minnie Manson for a little while, and this is like maybe like over an hour later, and then I edited this myself. So now
There's
it's
Minnie Mason here to curse me off. What?
Minnie Mason again. Minnie Mason.
What? What now? Thank you for calling, Dave. Thank you. Love you so much. Okay.
So Minnie Manson is mad now.
Minnie Mason, you're upset. Are you going to be on the wrap-up show? All right, he's giving me the finger. What a jerk. You're such a jerk, Minnie Mason. I thought you were going to be great on here, but you're just an asshole, as expected, as people told me. I hope you change.
Wow.
I hope that you go on the wrap-up show, you talk shit about me. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Talk all the shit about me you want. I'm 100% okay with that. I will be watching. Oh, it's Gonzo again. Gonzo. All right.
Is your mom an Andy Dick fan?
Oh, yeah. Elisa's mom is in L.A. right now visiting. And here, Andy Dick wants to know if Elisa's mom is an Andy Dick fan. I guess.
You don't have to lie. If she's not, she's not.
Andy should grow a really long beard, like a super long, blondish, grayish beard. That would be most definitely what's up. Tubes.
No, I mean she sees. I'm a big Andy Dick fan, so I'm sure my mom is part Andy Dick fan. It's just my mom gets very worried about me and the situations I put myself in. They tend to be like risky situations. And Andy, I mean, you're beautiful and funny, and I can talk to you for hours and so cute. But you get into dangerous situations. You know a lot of dangerous people, so of course I'm always going to be worried.
Look at this. So earlier, Elisa told Andy to leave and fix his internet and then come back. And now Andy's back and he has a better connection. But now Elisa's connection is getting all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's getting the DDoS situation with these individuals.
Got that, right?
Someone said, why a beard? Because he's got a little stubble beard forming, and it looks good in my opinion. And I'd like to see him with like what he'd look like with like the like long like Lord of the Rings style beard, like mountain man kind of beard. He'd probably look very Viking like because he's got very light colored hair. He'd look like a skinny coke addicted Viking, right? Alcoholic.
I guess.
Little crack Viking.
If he grew it long enough, he'd look like a wizard.
What's up, Tubes?
That's most definitely what's up, Tubes. Thank you, Bobby Two Hands. Those of you that want to chuck us any buckers, this is an early show. We'll do another show tomorrow and capping off our week early tomorrow night. But we do have a guest tomorrow, right?
We do. We have two guests. We have Jeff Holiday and Vosh joining us tomorrow.
That's going to be a wild one.
If you like us streaming a little earlier, one way to tell us would be to help us get some donos at an earlier time, and that might encourage us to stream earlier, in the future. Because we've talked about it.
Your mom going out.
We're like your parents. You can buy our love.
You can. We're not the Beatles, though. You can't buy them love.
Dinner or lunch.
We could go today. Just hold on 1 second. We're getting a caller from Gonzo. Yes, Gonzo. We go today.
Hey, Lisa. I did a 180 on this Minnie Manson guy. At first, I thought he was like a jerk and kind of like an asshole. But after watching, I kind of liked him. Like he grew on me.
Okay, he grew on you, Minnie Mason. But Minnie Mason hates me.
They keep saying Minnie Mason. All right. So what are the odds she's doing this on purpose now? Like
the Minnie Mason thing?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. She's not.
I honestly, I don't know if the Minnie Mason thing happened before Elisa called him Mini Mason. Like it might be a troll. Elisa might have done this just to set up the volatile situation.
Yeah,
a
maybe.
hypothesis.
That doesn't change your opinion at all?
I do hate you. I'm going to cut your fucking throat, bitch.
Whoa!
To buy your love for earlier
can't do that.
shows. Cheers from the East
Thank
Coast.
you. Yes.
Love you, sweet
Cheers,
boys.
Yes,
man.
if you would like us to have earlier shows. Tip trade! We'll get back into this in just a second here. I have to go to the bathroom so bad, and I want to revisit the moment where the shit hits the fan in a second. I'm going to put Billy full screen, and he will answer your questions in the fan chat below.
Everybody, this is your opportunity to whip it out and throw it on the table. How many of you are ready to whip it out and throw it on the table? Hi, just let me post this. What? She made a song about Lala on Captain Content's RV. I think I heard that song. It was pretty wild. What am I doing for my birthday? My birthday is going to be Saturday. I don't know. I'm probably going to try and live stream, have an online birthday party on my channel. Maybe Friday, Saturday, during the day. Do something. And Saturday night, I'm supposed to go to a dinner and a concert. Should be acceptable. Sukaravea syndrome says, I'd whip mine out, but it would cause an earthquake and powder outage. You have no pain controls, what you're telling me? Matt Second Time says, Billy, you have
Tell
nice
Ben to check
eyes.
the
Yeah, they're
PO
windows
box,
to the
please.
soul.
I sent you a gift.
You sent me a GIF in a PO box? I don't know who that was from because we don't have the
It's time, once again,
GIF thing coming.
for everybody to come aboard the TIE 5 train.
The TIE 5 train. Is that Mighty 5? I have to open up Streamlabs to see who was posting because we don't have access to the alerts on the screen, which I think has been something we've dealt with forever. Hasn't been fixed yet because Ben's always out of the room when this happens. So he probably doesn't even know it's happening.
What was that?
Every time you leave, the donos don't read on the big screen.
Oh, you know what it is?
I'm trying to pull open the Streamlabs.
It
right now
must
to read
not be
who they're from.
It must not be set up in this view. I'll fix that while I switch over to the main screen. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
Every time we go full screen, this happens, and then by the time you come back, I've forgotten it happens, and never say anything to you. And obviously, nobody else says anything. But I had to pull open Streamlabs and say Hypothesis was the one that saying Tip Train, come aboard the Tip Train, and Fix Soul says that he sent something to the PO box.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll be checking it probably like Wednesday or Thursday. So, you know what? And we can remind people. Let me put it up on the screen here. It's in the description too. If you want to send Billy birthday presents, you can do that. Let's see. Here it is. Right. Actually, I don't want to lose my place in this, so I'm going to open a new. Let's see. Open.
A new. PO box address is also in the
it's in the description
information of this episode and every episode.
Yeah, here it is here. I know it's kind of
for those of you.
Yeah, that's too big. What the hell? There's nowhere in between.
It's big enough as is right there.
Yeah.
People can read that. It's nice big thick text.
Do that. You can just send a card if you want at minimum.
Or at minimum you could do absolutely nothing.
Well, I guess that's true. Isn't a minimum more than nothing, though? I guess a minimum could be nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think minimum would just be like saying happy birthday on text or in a comment or something. That's a good minimum, I think.
After watching, I kind of like him. Like he grew on me.
Okay, he grew on you, Mini Mason, but Mini Mason hates me. That doesn't change your opinion at all?
I do hate you. I'm going to cut your fucking throat, bitch.
Oh my God, you can't say that.
Yeah, what's wrong, Minnie Mason? Why are you doing that?
I believe it's Minnie Manson, Ben. If you,
Oh.
unless you want a fucking Joker smile, neck to neck, ear to ear.
I think people should just start calling Minnie Manson Minnie Mason at this point. It should just become a meme, because that's what I would do at this point.
But I think
you say I'm a troublemaker. I'll show you a fucking troublemaker.
Don't say that.
You got a problem with me?
No.
You got a
You
fucking
can't talk
problem
like
with me,
that.
you fucking cunt? You piss off everybody. You're yelling at this man, pissing him off. You're
Federal
saying you hate
offense.
biological females. You know what? Fuck off. You're
Who said that? All right, that never happened. I don't understand this part of it.
jealous of women.
Don't.
Who are you talking to right now? Who's he talking to?
I'm talking to you. I don't like the way you treat people. People told me that not to go on your show. They said that you would attack me, that you'd call me a pedophile, and all kinds of shit.
That also never happened.
I should fucking sue your ass. How do you know I won't sue you?
Whoa.
I didn't call you a pedophile.
My fans are going to troll you up. You know, when my fans hear about what you did to me, they're going to come after you. I don't like the way you spoke to me when I came on the show. You immediately started attacking me. This is how you get people to watch a show. Well, you know what? I might have lost a few fans today, but I gained a shitload of new ones.
Damn.
This is so cringy.
I'm a fucking entertainer.
This is kind of like when Egghead freaks out and gets mad. It's similar.
Fucking rock star. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I was nice enough to get out of bed and lose 6 hours of sleep to come on your fucking show, and that's how you talk to people? And I saw the way you talked to those other people after I went off. So it isn't me, it's you. You are not professional. You didn't refer to me by the right name. You kept calling me Minnie Mason.
Minnie Mason.
Minnie Mason. I mean, right off the bat, you started picking on me. That's unprofessional. You need to learn people's names. I even corrected you privately in the chat, and you still fucking called me Minnie Mason.
Wow.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, you're speechless. I got the host speechless, everybody, because I know how to fucking manipulate the media. So you better not mess around with Minnie Manson, because I can take over your whole show.
Uh-oh.
What?
Satan sent me here.
Okay.
I got people who watch me, people I don't even know, and they watch out for me. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I say the wrong thing. I'm controversial. Am I not supposed to be? Would you go buy my records if I was just nice all the time? Oh, look at
I mean, where are your records? What do you mean your records?
Minnie Manson. He helps old ladies across the street, and he never uses foul language. He's such a polite young man. I'm going to go buy his fucking record. Oh, look at him. He's nice to authority. Yes, sir.
Mini delusional, yeah.
Well, actually, I'm nice to authority. I respect law enforcement and things like that.
Minnie
So-
Mason, I just want you.
He's just going off on a tangent at this point.
Oh. Yeah, he's
You didn't
on one.
No, I never called you a pedophile. I never called you
Yes, you did.
anything.
Yes, you
When?
did.
I don't even use
And
that word.
Your fucking fans, you didn't say the word, you said the P word. You insinuated. I don't like that word, and I'm sick of people banding it about.
never
Every
used it.
entertainer and every celebrity is being accused of that shit just because I like
never
to sing and play the guitar and I'm weird. Yeah.
It's weird that he thinks he's a celebrity. I mean, like we laugh at King Cobra for saying he's a celebrity, and he actually has an audience. Minnie Manson doesn't even have 1,000 subs. I don't think Minnie Manson's getting like even 200 views a video. So it's weird to be that obscure and think you're a celebrity. That is very strange.
Some people are celebrities in their own mind, though.
Which doesn't make it true, Billy. When something's in your own mind, that doesn't make it true.
Well, I mean, you have to know that Minnie Manson is coming from the viewpoint of a celebrity, even if they're not a celebrity. You can't tell them they're not a celebrity. You can tell them
they're not a celebrity.
You can make them aware of the fact that they're a joke, and then
Minnie
you flip out and
Mason
threaten to slit your throat.
Minnie Mason, you're not a celebrity. Okay, Minnie Mason.
In your own mind, Minnie Manson, you're a celebrity.
Weird.
In your own mind.
How the hell do I get interest if I'm normal? If I come in your panel not wearing makeup and just looking like everyone else, you think people are going to be interested in me? Hell no. They want something different. They like people like me who push boundaries, and I tell people how it is.
There's no Christian verdict yet for anybody wondering.
Yeah, and I'm positive that court is out of session right now.
Yeah, if there was any verdict, we'd probably have heard about it by now.
So, but something had to have happened today. There should be some information.
It could have been the beginning of the proceeding. If tomorrow is supposed to be another event regarding this, it could be a process.
I'm not showing my face because I took off my makeup and I lost a lot of sleep. I'm very tired. I don't feel good. I really thought that you were going to showcase me in a positive way. People were talking when I was playing the guitar.
I mean, she kind of did showcase you in a positive way. You're showcasing yourself in a negative way right now.
You did get the approval of Andy Dick.
Oh, you know what? There might be a few videos on YouTube that claim to be an update. I'm gonna grab this guy. I've seen him make a lot of Chris Chan videos. We'll get to it after this is over. We'll see what he has to say.
You know, I've only been playing the guitar for 8 months. I only know 7 songs. I'm not, you know, I never said I was a good guitar player. It just helped.
So, Minnie Manson, guitar player for 8 months, knows 7 songs. Cobes, 0 songs. Other than the songs he wrote himself. I mean...
It's me because I want to stave up...
He can't even play he's been trying to learn the Star Spangled Banner for like 5 years, and...
I mean,
butchers
Cobes
it.
Plays the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, it is. No, it's not. No, it is terrible.
It's the Star. We all know it's the Star Spangled Banner.
Because he says it is. It's terrible.
Oh, it sounds like the Star Spangled Banner.
It's not the same notes.
Dementia. I don't want to become an addle-brained. It challenges me, and it teaches me how to work with musicians, how to pick up cues, how to...
That's a cute little chihuahua right there.
Sing better. It's helped me a lot. I'm a better singer than guitar player. I would have rather just put on a song.
Okay, but Minnie, you're wrong about what you said. I never called you any of those things. I don't know where you came up with that.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say no more then. If you're denying it, you know, I'm not going to push it. I don't want to accuse you. But
I did not.
I mean, you did. What do you mean you don't want to accuse her? You did.
Not say that. You didn't hear me call you a pedophile.
It's all on video, too. You could find it if she said it.
I heard it. I didn't say it. I don't know where you came up with that at all.
Why were you attacking me earlier? I didn't like the way you came at me. I felt stressed out.
I wasn't attacking you at all.
So you don't hate me?
I mean, right
That's
now.
Well, just the way you run your
right
show.
now,
I mean,
kind of
is that just how you are with
a mega fucking bitch?
Anybody, or do you have a problem with me?
I was trying to make you into a good guest.
What do you mean make me? I don't need to be made. You just let me be myself. You can't pressure me.
Yeah, that's what she's doing right now.
People, you know, you pressured me and you set off my PTSD, okay?
All right, well, I'm sorry about that. And are you going to be on the wrap-up show?
Do you want me to be in the wrap-up show?
Yes.
I'll come on there if you want me to.
All right, great.
And I'll be nice. I promise. Right. You know, I have my good side, I have my bad side, you know. And whatever people have said to you about me, they prepared your mind to think I was a bad person. Well, shame on those people. People should stop fighting. People are always telling me, don't go on this show, don't go on that show. I give everybody a chance. That's my job as an entertainer, to put myself out there, even if there's opposing.
So Minnie Manson is like about 53 years old.
Interview formats and shows, you know, that's only normal. I want people to like me, and I'm sorry that people are angry at each other. There's just so much hate in the world, so much fucking anger.
You're creating it. Minnie, you're creating it. I did nothing against you. You created this all in your head.
I did not.
Yes, you did. I'm just trying to have a good show where my guests are interesting.
And then you cut me off. You kicked me off. You kicked me from the show. So I said, okay, she don't want me anymore.
Oh,
yeah, you just have to be patient. It's an interactive variety show where different people come on and different people go off. I bring you back on, you laugh. That's your fault.
Puts people on and off all the time. I've been a guest. I don't know, you've been a guest, right, Ben? Like,
yeah, when she put me off, I waited and I'm like,
back on.
Yeah, she's done that, and there were times where I'm like, all right, well, I'm bored now, so I'm just gonna leave. Like, I don't have to sit here the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. I never knew that.
You have an enormous ego. You have to tone that down.
That's right,
Your
I do.
ego is too big.
I do have an enormous ego. I have to, or I won't survive. I wouldn't be a good entertainer if I had. I actually have bad self-esteem, and I have to hide it with the ego. Do you understand?
No, you're not.
See, that's the problem. You can't compensate self-esteem for ego. You need to get the ego honestly by having huge self-esteem.
Hiding it.
And moderate amounts of success.
There you go, Billy.
Oh, that's a good smile.
At all. I can tell you have bad self-esteem because of the way you're treating me. I'm older than I'm smarter than you. Don't worry about how old I am.
No, you're not.
Wow. Oh, wow.
He was like, how old are you? She's like, don't worry about how old I am.
God, I have a fucking college degree. I was a paralegal. I worked for the attorneys.
I don't care. You're a complete idiot. You don't know how to act.
Now she's going hard. This is funny because I don't normally see her go this hard, too.
It's because she almost said, I'm older than you, and then she had to catch herself and say, I'm smarter than you, and she had a slipping moment, so now Elisa's like, fuck it. I don't think
Elisa's
bury this motherfucker.
I don't think Elisa's in her 50s.
I don't think she is either, but she almost said it, so she realizes now her words are slipping, so she has to go into attack mode because she knows she's not perfect.
It's funny if you
Elisa puts on an image of being perfect, and most of the time she pulls it off, right?
If you I think if you go to her Wikipedia, it says she was born in like 1988 or something, which I don't think is true.
Oh, she's
either.
a baby.
I don't think that's true either.
She's just a baby.
You don't know how to treat people. You don't know how to make connections with people.
See, I was right about you. You're a fucking bitch. You pick on people.
You're a bitch. You're a little bitch. You are.
You're
sorry.
A fucking tranny. You're not even a woman.
Whoa, okay. So here's the thing. What happens is a transgender person allowed to like accuse like in a disparaging way other people being trans and then calling them the T word? The T word?
Everyone's allowed to use the T word.
So cuz that's like that reminds me of a Howard Stern show where Hank was on there with some other little person, and they were insulting each other by calling each other midgets.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone's allowed to use slurs any way they want
Honest
to.
Red says, no, that's not okay.
Everyone's allowed to use slurs how they want to, and then we as society react to them and call them distasteful or weird or trash.
Is it distasteful for someone who's trans to like...
100%, yeah.
Okay. That's what I meant then. I just have to ask you the question.
Yeah,
the
that
right
was
way.
a trashy maneuver. That was trash.
It's funny because it's a trans person calling a non-trans person the T word in a disparaging way.
Sounds like Minnie Manson has been talking with Trumpster Bob and getting intel on Elisa Arduru from T-Bob.
Arduru.
Elisa, I do.
Yeah, probably because Minnie Manson was on Wendy's show, and I think Bob has been on Wendy's show a few times. Bob also called Wendy a regard at one point. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Howard Stern called Wendy a regard for years, so.
Yeah.
Connections with people.
See, I was right about you. You're a fucking bitch. You pick on people.
You're a bitch. You're a little bitch. You are.
You're
sorry.
A fucking tranny. You're not even a woman. You're a man. Everybody says you're a fucking man.
All right, that's your opinion. You're talking to Trumpster Bob, the biggest idiot in the world, who told you I'm a man. You
Another person you're attacking. Look at that. She's attacking everyone, people. Oh, yeah, she's in love with me.
Fuck.
You and your whole fucking
I want to see a
crew.
podcast with Minnie Manson and Trumpster Bob.
Yeah, they should team up. They could be co-hosts. They could be the new Drunken Peasants.
Yeah.
When we retire.
Let's go.
And Corey and all those other people calling me fucking pedophile and shit. Well, you know what? I'm gonna slap you with a fucking lawsuit.
I mean, like, if you freak out like this every time you're called that by any random person, just get off the internet. Because that's what everyone calls everyone on the internet. You're not going to stop them. Especially, like, anonymous people. You're never going to be able to stop that. Like, people who are actually people that identify who they really are online and they're not just like an anonymous account, they have a little more credibility at risk when they make accusations like that. But it's never going to stop. Like literally never going to stop. That's just how it is on the internet.
How about that?
Good luck.
I say early DP is the best DP. I'll finally get some rest tonight. Let's get that tip train rolling, sweet boys and girls. And don't forget to like the stream.
Like the stream. If you guys want to go to sleep at a regular time every night, give us a ton of money early so that we can tell you we'll come back early.
You can just help us get to 50% at least, which would be great. Tip train all the way. Hey, and you know what? If you're catching this later on tonight and you're like, oh shit, I missed this show, and you're someone that normally gives us donos at nighttime, you can shoot us some offline donos if you want. We can talk about them on tomorrow's show or whatever.
Nighttime is the right time for loving.
Right. You probably have 5 other people suing you. I'm
That's
the fucking biggest thing that's come around. You know what? I work hard at what I do. You look at my videos. You know what? My channel speaks for itself. I don't have to sit here and defend myself. Since the very first video, I've had my first fan and I've had my first stalker. You know, I have a fucking man stalking me, threatening me all the time. He still calls me every fucking day. I can't even answer my phone anymore because I never know if it's him. You don't have to worry about shit like that.
Time. On air.
You don't think I have stalkers?
Everyone likes you, don't they? You have stalkers?
I mean, like, you can get stalked by people who like you. That happens all the time. And there's a thin line between liking and disliking someone, especially when it's like parasocial. Like the famous Mexican singer Selena was murdered by the president of her own fan club. So that goes to show you how easy that can flip.
And I think stalkers are like too often called stalkers. Like, were they harassing you online? Sure. Are they coming to your house? Do they know where you live? Do they message your friends and family and bother them in order to get to you? That's a little more stalkery. I want to know how stalkery this stalker really is.
Oh, you're the worst. It's fine, but
you're a witness. My people know what I'm about. They know what I'm doing. You don't understand. You should have researched me a little more.
There's nothing. You have done nothing. You've accomplished nothing. And now I see why. Because you burn every bridge. You're a bridge burner. So stop burning bridges. Be nice.
I've only been making videos for like 6 months, accomplished nothing. Look where I am now. How long have you been doing this?
I can tell in your life you've accomplished very little by the way you're acting right now. Okay?
I've accomplished a lot. I've had hindrances because of when I get angry, but I'm not always like this.
All right, whatever. I'm still gonna give you a chance.
I like how she switches back to this, or like immediately.
To be on the wrap-up show with Wheezy. Hopefully he can handle you better than me.
He's a nice guy. I love you, Wheezy.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
So,
treat you with respect.
Cat died today. His last words were "F you, Ben." I don't know what that means, but maybe Ben is a terrible person.
That cat.
You had a cat that could talk?
That cat was wrong. That cat died with the wrong words on his breath. Sorry, your cat didn't live a better life.
You had a talking cat?
It's National Cat Day. We have a news flash right now. According to CNN, the FBI executed a search warrant raid at Trump's Mar-a-Lago.
Really?
It happened just moments ago.
Huh.
Trump says his home is under siege by agents.
Wow, that is something.
It's pretty.
If there's a live feed of that, we might need to check that out in a second here.
Yeah, take it around, because I don't know if there's a feed or what. CNN has it. Early stream tip train.
What I think your cat meant actually was you're a lot of fun, Ben, because cats think I'm fun.
Because Ben loves the cats, if you know what I mean.
I put the FU back in fun.
I And you're welcome to be in the Kermitarian community and on the show anytime. I hope that through meeting people here, you'll understand the show better.
Yes, it'll take time, but I will give you a chance. I won't delete the server, no stupid shit like that.
What?
All right, good. All right.
I've done that
Delete
before,
but I won't do that to you, I promise.
Leave the server? Is that what they mean?
I don't know. Delete? I guess maybe like trying to like report a server and have it taken down?
Maybe that's what they were saying. I also think that our friend Minnie Manson is a boomer and might have meant to just delete the server from their server list of servers they're joined in. So then maybe they were saying leave the server and they just said delete because they're old and don't know nomenclature.
All right, Minnie.
Kiss! I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. I can't get enough of loving you, baby. Can you?
So
she's disgusted.
Does Minnie Manson have like a crazy crush on Elisa, like Trumpster
Maybe.
Bobhead, and that's
Maybe.
why we're getting so angry here? Because Minnie Manson feels like he has even less of a chance than young Trumpster Bob did.
You get enough of
Maybe.
me.
I would stop with the singing, honestly. The singing, yeah.
You don't like singing, do you?
I don't like your singing. I don't know what your personality is probably better than your singing as far as this.
That was a jab, like a total jab, because we already know the personality was pretty abrasive. So they're saying, you have a bad personality, but your singing is worse.
Yeah, I would stop with the singing. The singing is just not good. I'm sorry.
You don't like my singing? Well, that's your opinion. That doesn't mean I'm a bad singer.
That's my opinion. I'm sorry. That's my
It
opinion.
is.
Your singing is just
That's
not
my
singing.
opinion on my show.
And,
so
and the audio is bad for you. You have to have a good setup like Wappy has. Did you see Wappy before?
Well, I'm not a millionaire like you. I can't afford fancy equipment. Look how good my fucking videos are with my crappy fucking phone speaker and my fucking laptop. Shit.
yeah, you
I
buy
get
the
points for
suit and the fucking makeup. I think you're skipping some things here on the talent scale. I understand you're 40 or 53 and you're at the wrong side of the opportunity to become a celebrity like you are in your own mind, but you usually start with the talent and you don't pour the makeup and the costume on before getting the talent. It usually comes afterwards.
Fucking trying, and I think I do a pretty good job with it, and so do my fans. I entertain people. I'm not the best singer. I'm not the best guitar player. I never said I was. There's people who are brilliant out there, but they're too afraid to get on a fucking stage and put on a show, and that's why they flounder. They never go anywhere. They die broken, miserable because they don't get to achieve their dreams. Well, I'm a showman, and I'm willing to go out there and risk ridicule and being called names and shit. You think I ran away? I don't run away. I regroup and I come back. So
In the chat here.
Yes, great.
In the chat
yes.
here, Flocka Possum says Wappy is trash too. The difference is Wappy sounds like a polished turd, and Minnie Manson just sounds like an unpolished freshie.
Wappy's
Like,
music
a
is
new
better. I mean,
yeah, it's a polished turd, whereas Minnie Manson is an unpolished turd, right?
yeah.
Minnie Manson is a turd in the raw, and Wappy is a turd that has been like, shined up real nice to look like a baby Ruth.
Regroup.
Yes.
Go to the wrap-up show with Wheezy and everybody else.
He does end up going to the wrap-up show. I didn't watch it, but I noted. I went there and saw that Minnie Manson was on for the entire wrap-up show.
And then we'll see you
These eyes so blue.
Okay, no
Everybody-
singing. No singing. You're terrible. Okay. Everybody regroup. Go to the wrap-up show with Wheezy. You can find the link to the wrap-up show in the Discord server. I will.
Yeah, so that was it. That was quite an entertaining interaction between everyone involved.
Yeah, I've been waiting to watch that one. I was hoping we'd watch it on the show. I saw it a couple days ago, and I was like, "Oh, I want to watch this, but I want to watch it twice."
I wanted to
watch
edit
on the
it.
show. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was glad we got that one down. I know I can't always catch Elisa's show live. I love to when it's live. Everybody who is around West Coast time. It's usually like 11 p.m. West Coast or 11 a.m. West Coast time on YouTube. It's a fun show. I recommend anybody around at that time catches it. And Dose Caffeine's bringing up that Mar-a-Lago got raided as well. 100%.
Yeah, there's no actual live video news feed on it. There's a couple articles posted within the last 10 to 20 minutes. So I don't know, rated how though? Is Trump being arrested?
The FBI's got a search warrant for the house, and they're inside the house and they're looking for possible evidence. Maybe they're looking for specific computers or things that would tie Trump to a crime. We'll hear eventually whether Trump's getting arrested or not. It doesn't seem that's the case.
Is it January 6th related, or is it something else?
I would imagine, right? But we don't know. We the FBI is not going to come in and say, "Hey, you're under arrest for." They're going to come in and say, "We're seizing shit. We have warrants. We're building a case. This is the point where we think we have enough information to come in and get the evidence we need."
People are saying Alex Jones' fault. Yeah, it's true. The entirety of Alex Jones' phone, I heard it was something like 30 gigs of data on his phone was leaked. Some crazy amount.
Was it leaked or given away?
It was accidentally leaked by his legal team. It was, and I guarantee you Alex Jones talked to Trump and people around Trump.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we'll look back into it in a moment here.
The FBI will not say what they're up to. They don't move until they know they have something to go for.
Yeah,
exactly. Poot, Rat Lord Alcabez, get us to 43.13% of the way to our goal. Like we said, we've been streaming. We did Saturday. That was the end of our last week. Then we did Sunday as the beginning of this week. Today is the middle day, and tomorrow is going to be the end of this week for us. So it's a strange time. We're here early today with you guys. We appreciate everybody who's here with us live.
Yeah.
We're going to be back again at the regular time tomorrow with guests Valsh and Jeff Holiday.
Good
It's gonna
show.
be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be ringing in the new year.
You know, I noticed on Streamlabs they do monthly donos too, but there's only one person signed up for it right now. Maybe because we've never talked about it before, so maybe he just saw it. But Dusty's owner gives us a monthly dono through Streamlabs. It doesn't send a message though, which I wish it would. I wish they could pick a new monthly message and we could read it out or whatever. But it's pretty cool. I'm going to run away to the restroom because I drank a lot of coffee today, so I got to go again. And when I get back, we'll go through this Chris Chan stuff because there is a video about it, so we'll watch that. And some people notice that there's something different about everything. Yeah, Billy's not... We're not in the same room like we normally are. It looks like we could be with this screen. But yeah, that's why Billy's using a different microphone, and someone noticed that the sound was slightly different this time. That's why we're not in the same room as each other. It made
the giveaway.
Yeah.
The giveaway is the little Skype logo over my shoulder.
Can you see it?
On the screen it always comes up unless we crop it out.
Oh, did it?
But it's not really able to crop out because of the way that the camera is zoomed in.
Yeah.
Those of you watching at home would know. But now it's cropped out. Actually, it's down in the bottom corner, huh? Damn, son. You're in the void. This is a part of the program where you guys can ask me literally anything, and I cannot tell a lie. This is William the Fridge Tell. Was William Tell the one that couldn't tell a lie? Or was he the one that shot an apple off of his kid's head? I don't know. I don't know lore. I don't know anything. Yeah, this mic is a really good mic. Matt Stuck in Time. It's the Shure SM7B. What's up, Quack? How you doing? Frank Biggie says, do you love me more than I will ever let you know? Stephen Andrews says, what is the meaning of life? Now, a lot of people ask this question, and not a lot of people have answers, but I have a very definitive answer, okay? The meaning of life, very simple. We are all beacons of light, humanity, right? You ever look up in the night sky and you see a lone shining star, no matter how bright that star is, it's surrounded by darkness, right? The closer we get to that star, the more it lights up our life, all right? So the meaning of life is to not be a star alone in the night sky, but to be a constellation. Get close to other stars, get closer to the people you care about, illuminate their life, and this is how illumination works. They'll illuminate yours. So the real purpose of life is to connect, to create a bond with enough people that you are lighting their life and they are lighting yours. And you realize how rich and rewarding that is as you obtain it. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Some people will try and convince you there's an afterlife and this life has lesser meaning, but really this is all we have. But this is more than enough for most people to experience something, a moment that is an eternity, right? Literally a moment of your life lasts forever if it has true meaning. But that's the meaning of life. You can try and fact check that at MIT, but I don't think they study that sort of thing. Hey, Frank and Pinky says I'm looking svelte today. Thank you, Frank and Pinky. I'm trying to be svelte. Rat Lord says boo Billy Boo. It's Boo Berry is the cereal you're talking about, Rat Lord. Boo Berry. It's delicious. You light up my life like a star in the sky. You are my shining star. Conditioner or just shampoo? I actually didn't use shampoo or conditioner on my hair for like 5 days. I think I ran out of shampoo and I've been using conditioner because I'm a fucking lazy man. But I will probably get, I think I even have shampoo. It's in my closet. I just haven't pulled it out yet. I do a deep, heavy rinse. I have an accoutrement of bullshit in my shower that I put on my body, my hair. Bathing leads to sin. Sin leads to happiness. The only problem with sin is when you commit atrocities against your personal character to achieve it. If you're willing to give up a piece of yourself for a piece of something else, I guess you've kind of made a mistake. Washing your hair with conditioner is called no poo. True story. Interesting.
No poo?
No poo is when you wash your hair with just conditioner. I like to balance out, like sometimes I'll do both. Sometimes I'll do no shampoo. Sometimes I'll do no conditioner. And a lot of times I'll just do none.
Looks like we got at least one dono while I was gone. Rat Lord Alcaraz, poot poot, $10.
Poot poot.
Yeah, I know it probably didn't show up. I need to fix that when we're offline. I'll fix that. I don't know what happened there, but
I thought that was before you left, but
oh, was it? It says it was
sure,
7
yeah.
minutes ago. Yeah, I probably wasn't in there for 7 minutes.
I think it was right before you left.
All right, because I get like a notification on my phone when it happens too. So it happened. Yeah, it happened while I was in there, like the notification. All right, let's check out the Chris. This is a video about Chris Chan that came out recently. We'll see. It's just some guy reporting on it. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, you know what? You want to see what he looks like. So there he is. Look at him.
My guy.
Is in Columbus, Ohio tonight. With Triple H being in control of creative, what are the chances Johnny Gargano will return?
Who is Johnny Gargano?
You don't know Johnny Gargano?
Who is that?
He was a huge NXT guy, and I don't know if he ever made it to the main roster, but He's a really good wrestler, like Daniel Bryan level of wrestling skill.
When was he in NXT? Like how long ago?
I know he had a couple year run 3 years ago. I don't know when he left.
Oh, yeah, I haven't
Might
been
have left a
watching
year ago.
for a while. So,
Guys, so calm yourselves. Just calm down. I can hear you screaming at the fucking computer screen or your phone or your tablet. John, Chris.
Whenever
today
anybody
was
tells me I should grow a beard, like this is what a fat guy with curly hair looks like with a beard. Should I still grow a beard?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
the grand jury thing, right? So what's happening? Well, I don't know. No one knows. I came here onto Kiwi Farms, and we have Ass Johnson here. Great name. None of the cases scheduled for today have results as of the time I'm writing this.
Okay.
This was 12 minutes ago. Right now it is 6:11. The clerk's office is closed, so we might not get an update until tomorrow unless they have a night staff, which I don't think these places usually have a night staff. But hey, we can get more info on that mystery motion at the same time. So as of right now, there's nothing. We don't know how the whole thing went. Says nicest person on a Honda. Since Chris did not get released, I'm assuming that he was charged, given that 99% plus true bill findings of grand juries. There's a pre-trial hearing tomorrow. My guess is that this is when Chris will formally be charged, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah, so they haven't actually been charged yet.
Okay. Yeah, they had to upgrade the charges from the misdemeanor to felony. That's what the last thing was about, was the upgrading of the charge from misdemeanor to felony, or else they would have had to have released Christine.
Well, there hasn't been an actual charge, but they're pushing for that higher charge.
Did they not have the misdemeanor charge originally?
There's no actual charge. They're having a pretrial tomorrow. So the grand jury was to decide how to charge. And now the charge will come tomorrow in the pretrial.
Didn't Christine have to have a charge to get locked up, though?
No. You do not need to be charged to be locked up. I don't think so, anyway.
Pretty sure you have to have a charge to be locked up for a year. And the charge was misdemeanor. And then went to the grand jury to move it up from misdemeanor to felony. And that's what the last thing was. So they upgraded the charge.
Okay.
That Christine was being held for. And now the charge has to officially stick to go to court. And then the motion for tomorrow is a pretrial. So the charge today would have been the actual charge going to court, whereas before the charge was misdemeanor to be locked up and dealt with before the court happened.
VA courts work. If anyone can let me know, because I know there are some of you who said, yeah, I live in that area. If you can let me know how this shit works.
Someone said, I thought when the police arrest you, that's a charge within itself. No, you can be arrested without being charged. It happens all the time. People get arrested for...
But you have to be released after a certain amount of time, which is like 72 hours, I think. If they haven't charged you. It's like a very limited amount of time they can hold you without a charge.
Interested to know. But the fact is, we don't have any updates. And I didn't want to just go throughout the day without making any kind of video about it, because I'm sure a lot of people were like, hey, John, the Chris thing, did you... people were like, are you going to watch it? I'm like, it's not going to be televised. It's not going to be streamed.
Yeah, it's not... I can't believe people just think why would they think it's going to be streamed?
Because they've seen so many other trials on TV, right? So they assume that it's going to be like every other one because they're dumb. Because people are dumb. Especially people who give an adamant amount of attention to Christine's life. They're really dumb.
So, the 72-hour rule has to do with your constitutional right to a speedy trial, from what I'm reading here. If you waive your right to a speedy trial, you could be held for longer without charges being filed. It says many states adhere to the 72-hour limit. Sometimes no charges are filed and you will be released. There will not be anything on your criminal record, but you'll have an arrest record. As a general rule, if you're placed into custody, your speedy trial rights typically require the prosecutor to decide charges within 72 hours. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Did they... Let me see. Yeah, so what, the grand jury decided to change the charges? Is that it?
Yes,
or?
because Christine had misdemeanor charges. They were misdemeanor charges, but Christine didn't get sent to court and had already served the maximum sentence was coming up on the maximum sentence of 1 year. So they had to go to the grand jury in order to bump it up to a felony or let Christine go.
Okay.
So now, rather than try and get the easier misdemeanor charged, because they haven't been able to get the misdemeanor charged before a year, for whatever reason it is, it could be complications with Christine and the lawyer. It could be a whole lot of things that are keeping it from going through. They have to now either release Christine, because they're not going to be able to get a court in time for the misdemeanor to work. They have to either release Christine, or they went to the grand jury to say whether or not they could upgrade this to a felony charge, and that is now where it goes from 1 year 1 month, I believe, or 1 year 1 day, not 1 year 1 month, 1 year 1 day to 10 years for the charges of the felony.
A max of 10 years.
Yeah, max of 10 years, minimum of 1 year 1 day, and the 1 year 1 day has already been served.
Even if it was around the time when it would be streamed, I would be at work, so I wouldn't be able to. No one's commented me saying, "Oh, John, hey, guess what, John?" No, nothing. It's been silent all day. Just everyone patiently waiting to hear what's happened. Now we know Chris was, according to him, he was.
So if they're charged, someone just brought this up in the fan chat. If it's a felony, the minimum is 1 year 1 day in prison. So can they do time served on the felony? I know they can on the misdemeanor because it's one.
It says 1 year 1 day is prison, yes, but if you've already been serving your time,
but you didn't.
They put time served for jail, like county, onto your prison almost always, unless the judge specifically says no time served, which is a different thing. Yeah, they don't have to, but they often
because
do.
the misdemeanor charge is in jail. Because I remember reading that it was 1 year in jail, but the felony is a minimum of 1 year in prison. I'd have to. I'm not a lawyer.
It's up to the judge to choose how the 1 year 1 day is served, and they will often give you time served, but they're not held. Like they're not held by the law to do it. They can just choose to.
What was his exact words? He was given the rundown on courtroom etiquette. You know, since the
Boss
first
Atheism
time he threw
says,
a
Billy,
fucking
did you
temper
catch a
tantrum.
case or something? No, I've never caught a case. I'm just hyper intelligent, so I pick things up quickly and retain information.
Oh my god!
Hyper intelligent is the problem.
You know, like the little fucking spaz he is. You know,
it's not a very
like,
hyper intelligent response.
You're hyper, that's for sure.
Western Chandler, I am literally Jesus. I'm the creator of Sonichu.
We're sitting here watching this guy spaz out about Christine Weston Chandler when he actually has no new information. He just is doing a video to get clickbait. This is him going through the Greene County Court, something I looked at earlier. We already reported the secondary case. The motion to pretrial is tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Greenville time, Greene County time.
Let's see what I have here. Oh,
this guy's just clickbaiting, trying to get things through.
Yeah. This is Chris Chan's lawyer.
I like lawyers that wear the Pee Wee Herman outfit.
This is
statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. All right, this is Gucci right here. On the 8th day of the 8th month of the 8th year since Donald Trump was president. No.
This is cut off too. Like I saw this. Someone tagged me in this on Twitter, but it's just this image. I don't see the rest of it. Like obviously the statement goes on longer, and I don't see the whole thing. Maybe
I'll finish it. I'll finish it.
I found it anyway.
Okay, these are dark times for our nation. As my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. After working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, this unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate. It is prosecutorial misconduct, the weaponization of the justice system, and an attack by radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024, especially based on recent polls, and who will likewise do anything to stop Republicans and conservatives. My guy is over here.
This shows a little more of what was said here. If you look like a little bit,
Republicans and conservatives in the upcoming midterm elections, such an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become one of those countries, corrupt at a level not seen before. They even broke into my safe. What is the difference between this and Watergate, where operatives broke into the Democratic National Committee? Here in reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th President of the United States. The political persecution of President Donald J. Trump has been going on for years, with the now fully debunked Russia scam, impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, and so much more. It just never ends.
So is he speaking in third person here?
I don't know if this was switched to him or I think so.
Yeah.
Russia scam, impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2,
the reckoning.
So much more. It just never ends. It is political targeting at the highest level. Yeah, I think the president is the highest level of politics. That's fair to say. Hillary Clinton was allowed to delete and acid wash 33,000 emails after they were subpoenaed by Congress. Absolutely nothing has happened to hold her accountable. She even took antique furniture and other items from the White House. I like it snitching on Hillary for taking antique furniture from the White House. Do presidents usually take something from the White House when they leave? Is that a thing they do?
I have no idea. I really don't know. They bring a lot of their own stuff when they move in. That's for sure.
Yeah. I stood up to America's bureaucratic corruption. I restored power to the people and truly delivered for our country like we have never seen before. Albeit, yes, the streets were on fire and the entire world was indoors, sick and coughing while I was on the job, but let's not bring that up. The establishment hated it. Now as they watch my endorsed candidates win big victories and see my dominance in all polls, they're trying to stop me in the Republican Party once more. The lawlessness, political persecution, and witch hunt must be exposed and stopped. I will continue to fight for the great American people. So remember what he did on January 6th?
Incite people and then do nothing to stop it afterwards.
Is this a little worrisome that he might go nuclear now that they're not just trying to take his presidents away, but his freedom?
I mean, what can he do? What do you, like?
He can tell his base that it's time to rise up. Like he's already had them rise up in a way that led to criminal activity before. He can say a very well-worded statement that will have him tied up in court for years after the damage is done.
Yes, DP listeners, yes, a civil war is imminent, and that's why you must buy our food buckets. Go to dp.com/food buckets to get yours today. No, I don't think so. I mean, like, I don't. If he does do that, there's not going to be enough people to really cause that big of a problem, and the ones that do will regret it because they'll be made even more of an example of than the January 6th people. So
yeah, but they don't think that far ahead, right? It's like the damage is already done at that point. we're years after, or we're coming up on 2 years after January 6th. We're over a year and a half after January 6th. Like,
I don't assume how they think because they're all different individuals that
we saw how they thought when they were like-minded at January 6th and told to march on the Capitol building, right? Like, there's tons of people right now who are just waiting.
And we've seen the consequences of that too. I'm not going to assume that all of them that might be predisposed to doing something like that isn't aware of the consequences when we've seen them. The consequences would be worse depending on what they do.
I think there's a lot of people that think that they'll win and the consequences will be them beating the system. Because people believe that they're these superheroes. They believe that they have the right to defend themselves from a tyrannical government.
They're mentally ill.
They believe that their shotguns and pistols will stand up to not just
you're literally saying shit that Tim Pool says right now. Just you're on the other side. That's why I made the food bucket joke. Like, Tim Pool's been preaching the Civil War is imminent forever now.
Yeah, well, I'm not preaching that it's imminent. I'm saying like a what if scenario for the reason of discussion, right? Like,
okay,
this is Trump right here, right now, literally just said the lawlessness, political persecution, and witch hunt must be exposed and stopped. Okay, this is moments after being raided. There are people right now that are waiting for the word go, right? I don't know how many there are, but I know there's a lot. And I wonder if Trump is going to be the sicko, the psycho, the man with the red button that's no longer the red button to nuclear missiles, but the red button that says deliver tweet, which won't be a tweet, but it will be whatever method
Truth
Trump
Social
decides to deliver.
Yeah, Social, where he can reach like hardly.
The new red button is literally just him saying go to these.
So you're saying a lot of people. How many people are you saying?
How many people voted for Trump, right? There was 70 million.
I'm not asking how many people voted for him. How many people are willing to start an armed red?
I'm doing the math, Ben.
Okay.
70 million people voted for Trump. Of that 70 million people, how many people are still saying the election was stolen, right? Because we do know there's a large chunk of people who on TikTok, on other social medias, continue the Stop the Steal program. There's a large amount of people that are going out saying, let's go Brandon, and other things. There are people who are very much on the side of Trump and are willing to champion a message to reach the people who are at a level where they might break and are waiting for a reason. Like there's not an amount of people out there who.
Are you going to give me an estimate on how many people you think would actually launch an armed revolt against the government because Trump tells them to?
I mean, how could I possibly know that number, right? But
that's what's the important part. Is it like 1,000 people, or are we talking like 1 million people?
It's probably over 1 million.
You think over 1 million people would create a rebellious
that's so 70 million people voted for Trump. If only 1% of them were ready to fight for their country in the way that they've been indoctrinated to believe they're supposed to do, not just by Trump, but by America and its hundreds of years of existence. And they believe that there is a takeover by parties that are vile, that they're P words. They're the exact thing that
you think 1 million people feel that way?
Dehumanizes them. I think that there are at least 100,000 people ready to do it, and at least 1 million people who would follow suit when they saw that the gears were spinning.
I don't agree at all. I don't think it's that many.
Okay.
Because, like, on January 6th, Trump was kind of doing that, and feel like more shit would have broken out in other places too, had that been the case. At the fever pitch of all of this, because it's died down. Like, Trump doesn't have the support he had when he was president. That has died down.
January 6th was also orchestrated by a subgroup that was directing the traffic, right? So when I say that there's maybe 100,000 people willing to go, out of those 100,000 people, there's probably hundreds of people who have plans if it's time to go to corral the masses. Like, you have to assume it's happened once on January 6th in a way that they thought they were going to be able to win.
But now
maybe they just wanted to disrupt things.
But now you're saying 1 million of them are just going to coordinate this because of a Truth Social thing that Trump can do, like a platform hardly anyone uses. That when Trump was at the height of his support by his base and they were riled up to the biggest extent that there were rallies happening everywhere, that didn't trigger it anywhere other than like a couple thousand people at the Capitol. But now he's gonna mount an armed revolution somehow.
The FBI raided less than an hour ago, and we're already reading this official statement from Trump, right? You don't think word could travel?
I mean, like,
social
the
outward?
fact that we're reading it now means nothing. Like, this has nothing to do with that. Like, I could have easily.
You're saying that Trump's message on Truth Social doesn't grow, but we literally have Trump's message less than an hour of him being rated on our show.
He's been.
Will grow if it's.
Hold on though. How long has he been? How long has he had Truth Social? How many times have we covered what he said on Truth Social before this? None.
None.
Right.
But there's people who follow that, and those people have access to other people.
This is popular because people are like, fuck yeah, Trump's finally being held accountable for shit that he acted immune to. That's why this matters. Okay. None of the other shit he says matters, and he's been saying shit this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's right.
Yeah.
I hope that's right. That's the safe, right answer.
I just think it's the more realistic answer. Like, okay. I don't think we're going to see this uprising of millions of revolutionaries against the American government and military.
Everybody should download TikTok, and they should look up MAGA TikTok and see how many people are on TikTok waiting for this moment, because it's an alarming number.
Oh, I believe it. They've been waiting for Trump.
Trump lost by record numbers. Get over it. Honest Red, you have to be rabble-rousing right now. You're probably a terrible, glowy agent for the CIA. Trump also had record numbers for people who voted for a Republican. No Republican has gotten votes that high.
That just has to do with the growing population.
Okay, well, he had record
voter
numbers
turnout.
As a losing president too.
Voter turnout was usually like in proportion of the population. Not only has the population grown, but the percentage of people turning out to vote has grown. And the reason for that is because we're so polarized. More people give a shit about their side and hate the other side so much that more and more and more people showed up to vote. Like, Biden got the most votes ever for a Democrat. It's just we just have way more people than we have ever had before, and way more people getting involved in politics. A lot of people that supported Trump didn't even give a shit about politics until Trump got involved.
Yeah. People came out and voted for Trump in record numbers, and they came out and they voted against Trump in record numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
it was after we had a social explosion with the Black Lives Matter movement. It was after we had a climate crippling illness take over our world, and we felt that the president didn't handle it well enough. It felt like we weren't being taken care of, and now we have 2 years of Biden, and nobody feels happy with Biden either. It's all bad. We're at a point where people are not seeing any sort of relief in near future, right?
It's funny. I just read someone's comment. They said more people getting involved in democracy is always good. That's why that was the only benefit of Trump. Well, that may have been when it came to the elections at first, but then he tried to undermine the Democratic election afterwards. regardless of the results. So whatever positive effect he got by getting more people to vote, he negated that by saying the votes were rigged and didn't matter anyway. You know? Yeah, so...
I don't know, the last line, the lawlessness, political persecution, and witch hunt must be exposed and stopped is the line that I'm worried about from Donald Trump. We're mere moments after he's been raided.
I'm not doubting his intention to possibly do something like what you described. I just don't think enough people would actually be willing to get behind it. And
I hope so.
Yeah. You know, I did notice, because I'm registered to vote, but I didn't vote in the primary here. I noticed that on the ballot, because of the way the primaries work in Washington, they were differentiating between just Republicans and Trump Republicans on the ballot. It would say like Trump supporting Republican because they're running against each other. And I don't know if you know this or not. I'm a little confused because it's different the way primaries work in Washington than other places I've lived. I think they just take the top 2 people running in the primary, even if they're in the same party, and let them run against each other. That's what it looked like. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Because they were all on the ballot against each other. Because like where I grew up, you'd have 2 or more Democrats running against each other for the nomination, and 2 or more Democrats running against each other for the nomination. But it looked like they had them all on the same ballot, and they were just showing the top 2 that had the most votes. And I think that's how it works here.
Shadows Balls says, I live in Florida. I'm telling you, there are a lot of MAGA, a lot of very, very loyal MAGA.
That doesn't mean they're willing to go to war against the U.S. military for it. That's what I'm doubting.
I don't think that they would win, but I think that they'd be dumb enough to think they would win. And I think that we'd lose a whole like we look at what we lost on January 6th.
We already have places that are known for like militia groups and shit, and they have hardly tried anything. The few that did, like they tried to kidnap the governor of Michigan, they got caught really quick, and we haven't heard a peep from them since. I think a lot of them they might support Trump, but they're wiser than to fuck around, and they're already seeing like someone who just walked into the Capitol wearing like antlers is getting like 4 years in prison. So if you're gonna take up arms, you're gonna, depending on
we live in Seattle, which is a very liberal
I've
bubble.
lived all over the country.
But you haven't lived anywhere during this, right? You haven't seen how strong this really is in the backwoods. I mean, I drove to Wyoming.
Me personally seeing it firsthand holds less water than actual statistics. Like what I've personally
you don't have
seen.
Statistics available either, right?
I mean, we can look at what happened on January 6th. We can look at how at that point it was the most contentious that it had ever gotten. It was just after the election. Trump still had all of his platforms and was fueling the fire. There were rallies everywhere, and all that happened was like 2,000 people rushed the Capitol. It didn't happen in any other states, any other cities, anywhere else in that area. It was all concentrated in one place, and a lot of people walked away. A lot of people, even the people that were going to contest the election, some of them that were in there that were hard line with the Republicans and Trump, backed away from it after that shit happened.
After it happened, some of them did, and then some of them who were gung-ho for it as it was happening, immediately as it turned into a shit show, said, this is Antifa. Antifa set this up. And they already immediately afterwards went to their own delusions.
Someone's anecdotal experience of how many MAGAs they happen to see on their one trip to this one place or the place where they live really doesn't tell us anything. It really doesn't. Just like if you look at statistics and how they work, or you look at just probability and how it works, one person's personal experience doesn't really sum up like a whole. So I wouldn't take that as evidence in one direction or other when we're talking about millions of people willing to rise up in revolution against the government. That's just my take on it. We are going to wrap in a few here. If you guys want to like the stream, or if you have any other donos, we can read them out before we finish it up. We're going to go in probably like 5 minutes here.
Me and Jesse Ventura served together. I'm surprised BLM hasn't stormed the White House yet, which is a good thing. It wouldn't help any movement by doing that.
They would not do that. I mean,
with BLM, the second they stepped on federal property when they were in Portland, and they stepped on a courthouse, federal courthouse property, they were scooped up in white vans.
Yeah.
Like, people forget about that. People act like BLM got away with so much more than the January 6 people got away with.
I mean,
January 6 people walked right into a federal building.
It was surprising.
And the president held back security by his word to hold it back, right?
I wouldn't have, like, the thing about January 6th is it was surprising, because if someone would have asked me, like, hey, if a mob of people broke into the Capitol when, like, literally the vice president and the speaker and all of the senators and Congress people are there, what would happen to them? I was like, oh, they'd get obliterated. I never thought they'd get in and actually be there for like a couple hours. I never thought that would happen. That was really surprising. I thought they had better security. That's the thing.
Sukhareva syndrome says, I once served on a grand jury. The charges they true build will be presented to the judge, and Chan has to be arraigned on them.
Throw your money at them. They're running away.
We're running away.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Stuck in time. We have Sukhareva syndrome also said, if a court hearing is closed to the public, one easy reason is discussion of mental health and disability. Uninspired said, who wins in a fight, Sonic or Kirby? Depends on whether or not Kirby can turn into Sonic before Sonic decimates Kirby's insides. Those are our super chats for the fans in the super chats. Thank you for your super chats. If you guys ever use Streamlabs, that all your donos will go towards our weekly goal. That's the big difference between Streamlabs and super chats. Super chats are a YouTube thing. YouTube takes a sizable cut, so we can't attribute that to our weekly goal. But thank you either way. We love the support. We love the people who are adding to the show with their comments to make sure they get read and make sure they get talked about.
Yeah. We will see all you guys tomorrow at our regular time. So 6:15 p.m. Pacific. We'll have Jeff Holiday and Vosh. Hope to see you all there. Thanks for tuning into the early edition of the show. We really appreciate it.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, hopefully there will be some Chris Chan updates tomorrow. Good night. Or good afternoon, or whatever it is.
Good afternoon and good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.